Okay, this Roblox Grow Garden update is crazy. This update actually added 12 new seeds to the game and also 12 new mutations, which we check out all of those new mutations and seeds in this video. So make sure to watch until the end to see the value of all these seeds and also what all the new mutations are. So if we come over here to the seed shop and we take a look at what we have, it looks pretty normal at first, right? But then you start scrolling down and this thing has been completely changed. It is no longer the same seed shop. If you missed out on stuff like the beanstalk and the ember lily, you won't be able to get those, I believe, probably until next spring if they're going to filter this out, that every season has seasonal seeds. So yes, we have the carrot, the strawberry, and the blueberry still, and the tomato, but then we start getting into some new things like the pineapple, and then we also have cauliflower now. The watermelon is still here, but we also have a new banana, green apple, avocado, prickly pear, kiwi, feijoa, loquat, and then the sugar apple. But the beanstalk and the ember lily are gone. So next up, if you come over here to the gear shop, the bee honey event is still a thing. You can still turn in your pollinated plants from what it looks like. And there's also crafting. So if you need to finish up doing some crafting, you can. And there's also a couple of new recipes in here. Like you can now craft the lightning rods directly. There is a reclaimer, which now you can reclaim plants, turning them into seeds. So if you plant something and you need the seeds back, you can reclaim it, which is awesome. The cosmetic shop has some new cool items, and there's this beach crate where you can get a ton of new cosmetics for your garden. And then I don't know if the new summer pet eggs will refresh in the pet egg shop. I know that you can get them from the new summer harvest shop here. All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of these new seeds and things we have. So we have a pineapple seed. We're gonna go ahead and grow one of these. We have an avocado seed. I'll go ahead and put that back here. The feijoa seed. We have an elephant ear seed, prickly pear seed, rainbow elephant ear. So he gave me a rainbow variant of the elephant ear, which is cool. Rosy delight. We did not have a rosy delight. We just had roses before. So we got the green apple. We have a rainbow loquat, wild carrot seed, which is different from the normal carrot seed, parasol flower seed, kiwi seed, cauliflower seed, banana seed. We also have a rainbow rosy delight seed, a cantaloupe seed, and then we have another rainbow variant we can place. We have a pear seed, and we have the loquat seed. All right, so these are all of the new seeds growing. I'm gonna go ahead and check out our sprinklers. And let's go ahead and get some sprinklers in here to get all the stuff growing. We're gonna wait for all this stuff to start growing, and we're gonna check out some of the eggs because there are plenty of new pets that we can actually obtain in this game. So we have a common summer egg, we have a rare summer egg, then we also have a summer fun crate with a bunch of cosmetics you can unlock in here that aren't in the regular cosmetic shop, I believe. Oh, we also have a paradise egg for some other interesting pets. I wish I could actually view what's inside of these eggs, but we do have a list of new pets that Brighter actually gave us, so we're gonna go ahead and just take a look through here. So let's see what's new. We have a scarlet macaw bird. Okay, this guy looks pretty cool. Hello. What do you do for our garden here? So every 11 minutes, 15% chance to mutate a nearby fruit, applying the verdant mutation. So that's a new one. We also have a capybara, which is one of my favorite animals. So I'm excited to see this guy have a appearance in this game. All pets within 15 studs won't lose hunger and will gain 3 XP. That's actually really good. Better than the moth in my opinion, because now you don't even have to feed your pets. This guy will just make them go. We have an ostrich. All right, so the ostrich, pets hatched from eggs have a bonus 1 to 420 age to their value. Okay, so that's pretty nice. If you want your pets to have a jump start, you can use the ostrich while you plant your eggs. All right, we have an orangutan. Bro, look at this guy. All these pets look so cool. They design it with just like the stud build, but this guy looks really awesome. All right, so when crafting, each material used in the recipe has a 3.4% chance, it just went up because he just leveled up, to not get consumed. Okay, we have a seagull as well. Seagulls shoveling up plants have a 3.4% chance to drop the equivalent seed. Okay, so if you're going to shovel up something and move it out of your garden, this guy is almost like the reclaimer, but free. The reclaimer might be the better way to do it because this is only a 3.4% chance to begin with, but it will go up as he ages. All right, we also have a peacock. This guy actually has a little bit of a glow to him. I feel like this guy's gonna be a big boy here. He is a legendary. Okay. Every 9 minutes and 58 seconds, it fans its feathers, and all active pets within 15 studs will advance cooldown for their abilities by 60 seconds. So this is pretty much another queen bee, except it's a lot less of a cooldown for him, but it doesn't completely cool down every pet in your garden. It only will get it down by another minute. Okay, we have a toucan. Lots of birds in this update. Really cool to see, though, because there weren't a lot of bird pets. Grants all tropical plants within 25 studs a 1.48 times size bonus. Oh, that's actually really nice. And it also can grant a 1.16 times variant chance bonus. Okay, we have a starfish. I did not expect a starfish. I don't even know how this guy lives. There's no water. Gains an additional 5.71 XP per second. Okay, so is this for all your pets, or this guy just gives XP to himself? I don't understand. That's an interesting one. I don't know if this is going to be very useful. Oh, we have a sea turtle. I love sea turtles. So every 10 minutes shares its wisdom with a random pet, granting it a 1000 bonus experience. So this guy pretty much just took the starfish that we just spawned in and said, hey, you're useless. Wait, what the heck? There's a crab? Wait, this isn't my crab. This is your crab. Every 6 minutes goes to another player and pinches them for their money and grants you 400 to 500 shekels. Pinch players does not lose shekels. Okay, so this is literally Mr. Krabs. But he doesn't steal your money, he just like duplicates it. All right, so it looks like the last pet that I have to show off is this mimic octopus. I'm gonna put this guy down and let's see what you do. All right, every 20 seconds, shapeshifts into another random pet in your garden with the ability and performs its ability. Bro, this is insane. I want to see you actually shapeshift. Prove it to me that you actually... Okay, it was bugged, dude. It's actually every 20 minutes. That's still pretty good, but it got me hyped up seeing that it said every 20 seconds. I also forgot to show this flamingo. Every 3 minutes, it stands on a leg for 15 seconds, and all plants and fruits within 13 studs will grow 15 times faster, which we actually really need right now because all these are taking forever, so that should help. We got Jandel in here. He's being the big boss and working out these bugs right now. So I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at everything here and their values now that they're all grown in. So what is this? We have the elephant ear down here. Yeah, this one's getting pretty big. Look at this. That is literally the whole elephant ear fruit right here. We have a prickly pear, because that's just kind of a small one. I'll grab a little bit of a bigger one. We have a big pineapple here. We have a pretty big avocado. Okay. Oh, we do have a Feijoa that just grew in. I'm going to collect those. Okay. And we have this really big rosy delight I'm going to go ahead and collect. We have a kiwi, a gold one, actually, that grew in. I'm going to go ahead and collect the gold one. We have a gold cantaloupe, some pears, and then we just need the loquat to grow in. And also we have the cauliflower and the banana. Can't forget those. So we have quite a lot of stuff here. All right, let's go through and see some of the new stuff and see the values of it. I'm going to go in here so I can actually get a better look at everything here. So we got the prickly pear. Let's check the value of this first. This one is in the seed shop. It is worth 91k. Okay, that's actually pretty good. This is a little bit bigger. All right, we got this big wet pineapple. Steven, what would you get for this? 82k. This one is also pretty big, so I feel like base value is probably like half that if they're going to be smaller. We got this avocado here. This is a pretty big avocado as well. 72k. Man, these are actually some pretty good values, man. We got a Feijoa. The Feijoa is worth 284k. I don't even know what the average size of this is. All right, we got a really big gold cantaloupe. It probably won't be this big and gold. We'll check the value of this as well. At the moment, this is showing for 17 million just for a gold giant cantaloupe. Go check out this big rosy delight. Thing is huge. I don't know what the average size of these will be, but this is only 39 kilograms and it's huge already. This is worth 1 million, pretty good. We have a cauliflower, which is a pretty basic new one, but it's also pretty big. Let's see how much this one is worth. That'll give us 28k. That's not bad. I think this will be a lot less if it wasn't this size. Oh, we got the banana. What is this one worth, Steven? Please, enlighten me. 45k. I mean, this is a pretty big banana. All right, green apple is worth 18k. Okay, not so bad. But honestly, with the toucan, if you can open up a couple toucans and then get all the new tropical fruits, you're gonna make some good money because this guy just loves to make these things grow humongous. We got the new windy weather event, which is possibility to get the wind struck. There's also like a new space event type of thing. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if Jandel will run it for us while on the server. I would love to test it out. It seems like he's busy trying to figure things out over there. He's examining a banana. Jandel, I know monkeys like bananas, so I'll offer you this big banana. Here you go. Take my big banana, Jandel. I think you'll like it. I think he's actually trying to get stuff done. I just wanted to give him this big banana. It looks like we got the Windstruck mutation on one of our kiwis. The Windstruck kiwi sells for 234k. All right, so regular kiwi is worth 105k. So yeah, the windstruck's not bad. I mean, I got quite a few of the windstruck mutations on stuff, and it looks like it's about 2 times the value or somewhere around that. All right, we officially got a loquat to grow in. I'm gonna go ahead and check the value of this. I don't know what this elephant ear is gonna be worth. I mean, this thing is this big. Look at this thing, man. It's like 2 roasted marshmallows on a stick. All right, Steven, what do you want to give me? 382k. Okay, I mean, that's actually pretty good. This has no mutations. This is like an average size one. That's actually pretty good. Oh, we finally got one. All right, this one's golden windstruck. We'll take it. I'm assuming this is just like a world record one because look at the size difference. Like this got to be a world record elephant ear, I guess, already. Let's go ahead and check the value of this. Now, this does have gold and windstruck on it, but let's just see how much this is worth. 21 million. Okay, yeah, this thing is definitely going to be worth a lot of money. This is going to be one that people are definitely going to be striving for, and I'm excited to see what we can get the value of this when I do the every mutation video on it. All right, well, that is pretty much everything of this update. There's a couple of admin events that we're missing, but so first going into the seed shop here, there's actually a brand new seed at the very bottom that's better than the Ember Lily that just came out last week. We have sugar apples, which cost 819 Robux. I don't have the stock price. Now, besides the new sugar apple being in the seed shop, there are plenty of new seeds that you can actually craft over here. So if you come over to this new crafting station, you can actually craft the crafter seed pack, which you can get the crocus, the succulent, violet corn, bamboo, cocoa vine, or the dragon pepper. And the dragon pepper, as you can see, is a 0.5% chance, so a new very rare fruit in the game. Or you can use different items from the game, as you can see here, to craft different flowers. So you can craft manuka flower, dandelion, lamira, honeysuckle, the bee balm, the nectar thorn, and the sun coil. These are 3 new flowers: the bee balm, nectar thorn, and sun coil. The rest of these were actually in the previous week's update with the busy bear. Now, if you don't want to craft the seed packs, of course you can buy the exotics crafter seed pack in here, which you have a little bit better chances to get stuff, and you also have the possibility for rainbow mutations. And here, though, the premium pack, the dragon pepper, is a 7% chance. And next up, the busy bears crafting station has been completely updated. So last week's seeds have been moved to this little station, but the busy bear himself has a new crafting menu here with a ton of new items. So there's a new tropical mist sprinkler, which increases growth speed and size bonus for coconuts, dragon fruits, and mangoes, which takes an hour to craft. And if you have these materials, you can craft it. There's also a berry blusher sprinkler for grapes, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and celesta berries. There's one for spices or peppers. There's also one strictly for watermelons, pumpkins, and melons. There's one for flowers. There's one for stock plants like mushrooms, beanstalks, and bamboos. And then we get down here to these new mutation sprays. Now, the mutation sprays are ways to get mutations on your plants without actually having to wait for certain events. And this will give you the chocolate mutation spray. You can do the same thing for pollination. There's also one for shocked, which would be really good because shocked is still one of the best mutations you can get in the game. And they have a new pack bee, which increases your backpack size by 25. I actually have a pack bee here. So the pack bee is a pet, and once you actually put them on your farm here, then you should have an extra 25 slots per pack bee in your inventory, so that will let you hold more stuff so you can sell more plants at once. Now, again, if we go over here to the gear shop, the only new thing in the gear shop itself is the cleaning spray, which is mostly used to craft stuff. However, as you can see here, it says cleans mutations off of fruits. I don't know the exact reason for there to be a cleaning spray besides for crafting, because I feel like any mutation that you want is very good. However, this might open up the door for the summer update to bring in negative mutations where you'll have to spot clean some plants if they get some kind of negative mutation or disease on them. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and check out these new plants because we have a lot of seeds that we gotta try out here. So first off, we're gonna look at these sugar apples. We're gonna grow some of those over here because these are now the new big guys in town, bigger than the beanstalk and bigger than the ember lily. And then I guess we'll do a little section over here for the crafter seed pack flowers and plants. So let's do a couple succulents, which these take about 20 minutes to grow. Okay. And then we can do some crocus, which crocus are the most common in the latest seed pack. We have some sun coils. Let's go ahead and do our dragon peppers next. These are the new rarest seed that you can get in this update. So we're going to check out how much this makes. And then we're also going to compare that to the sugar apple because I think those both should make you some pretty good money. And we'll go ahead and grow some of these bamboo seeds that we have next to some violet corn. So you can actually get purple/violet corn now. We'll go ahead and throw in some of these nectar thorns. Let's do some of these bee bombs. And last but not least, we have the cocoa vine seeds to plant. All right, so we have our 10 new plants growing in, and we're gonna go ahead and let these all just grow in and check all the values of these. And in the meantime, we actually have some fruits to test out with the new sprinklers. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant those down as well. And with the tulips or flowers, we can use the new flower froster sprinkler. So let's see what that does to help them. We can go ahead and plant some grapes here. And the grapes actually take the berry sprinkler. All right, I'm gonna plant some cacao trees down. And this one uses the spice sprinkler. And then we also can throw down these bamboos. And that should work with the stalk sprouter sprinkler. Which you can already see it's like taking shape and growing these big bamboos. So that's perfect. That's what we want. All right, we got some mangoes. And this will work with the tropical sprinklers. All right, and then finally we have some watermelon I'm going to try to grow over here. And that will work with the sweet sprinklers. These mango trees look like they're going to be pretty big. The cacao seem to have grown pretty quickly as well. These cocoa vines are going to take hours, so let's definitely get one of these to grow. I kind of want a bigger one, so let's do this one here at the end. All right, so these are all starting to grow, which is good to see. Okay, so we can test out some of these values here. I'm going to go ahead real quick, though, and let's try out these mutation sprays. So we have a pollinated one. Let's try this out. So how does this work? If I click on the orange tulip, okay, that one's already pollinated. Which one's like not pollinated? This? Oh, okay, perfect. So you have so many uses to this, and you can pollinate anything that's not pollinated already. So this is only like a one-time use per one plant. Okay, now you have to only do it per fruit. So I can spray this little one that's growing in, but it doesn't let you spray an entire plant. It's only per fruit. Easy way to get some pollination, so that's pretty cool. I like that they added this. The pollination one is decent, but I'm more excited for this chocolate one because you can't really get chocolate. So we can spray all these to be chocolate, these tulips. And there we go, we got chalk on some of these. And then the best one I think so far is this shocked one because everyone loves shocked. It gives you so much money. And you don't have to sit here and wait for a thunderstorm. You could just grind out some shocked mutations. And look at these, man. Look at all my glowing tulips. All right, there we go. And just like that, let's sell these and see what we can make from the chocolate, shocked, pollinated orange tulips that we have. Let's just go ahead and sell this to Steven. How much are we gonna get for all this? 3.2 mil. All right, well, that's kind of worth it. I mean, if you do all the crafting, you can get a lot of those stack up, and you can also buy them for Robux. So you could definitely get some easy shocked mutated plants, and I need a lot of those. I'm gonna need a lot of those for my garden. All right, so now that some of these plants are actually growing in from using all those sprinklers, you can see, look at this giant golden cacao I got and this other big one here. So it definitely helped with the size of these. All right, so as you can see, all of our new plants are done growing, so we can go ahead and collect these, and we can see the values of all the new fruits. So we'll start out with grabbing a succulent and a crocus. These are the two lowest. We have these sun coils, which they're pretty much done, but they're not. Like, I can't collect them yet, so I'm just waiting a minute for these to show up. We have some dragon peppers here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. These are the big boys, the rare ones. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these, and then all of these have wet mutations. Okay, I can't collect it yet, but look at how big this one is that's coming in. So let's grab some of these bee bombs. All right, we're gonna grab one of these benboos, and we'll grab a violet corn. We'll grab a nectar thorn. Okay, and then we have some sugar apples. So I'm gonna grab some of these. All right, let's go ahead and check the values of these in the shop. So we're gonna start actually out with the smaller plants first, and we'll work our way up to see how much everything's worth. So this is a pollinated wet crocus, and it's only 0.24 kilograms. This is only worth 90K, but that's actually not bad. It's only pollinated and wet. Let's go ahead and check out our succulent here. We don't have any mutations on our succulent. This one is a little smaller, so we'll value this one to see closer to the minimum value. And this is worth 22K. All right, we'll try the bee balm next. Let's see the value of a bee balm. This one, again, nothing mutated on this. And look, you could give this to your ladies. If you don't want to give it to your ladies and make some money, this is worth 32K. That's no mutations and pretty tiny here. We got a pollinated frozen benboo, and this thing is huge, dude. Like, look how big this thing is. This is worth 2.1 million. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I mean, I don't know what the base value would be worth if this thing wasn't frozen and pollinated and so big. Also, look at this giant violet corn growing in. Let's go ahead and check the value of this while we're at it. Let's go to our violet corns. Let's check the regular smaller size one that we have here first. This is worth 112K, and then this gigantic one that we have is worth almost 500K. Okay, so those are actually pretty good as well. All right, let's do the smaller one. This thing has a wet mutation. It's pretty small, and it is worth 60K. All right, let's see if it's 2 kilograms bigger. It is worth 88K. All right, and now let's get to the big boys. We have some dragon peppers to check out. So I actually have a pretty big dragon pepper I'm going to try the value of here. And let's go ahead and see this. That is 342K for an 8 kilogram wet dragon pepper. No other mutations on it. But let's try the value of this. This thing is worth 20 kilograms of a dragon pepper, 1 mil. So this would be like 120 mil, I believe, with Shocked. This is gonna be your new go-to for some money. Dude, also, what is happening? Look at this nectar fruit that's growing in. Why are these so big? We're gonna check out the sugar apples now. Let's just do a regular sugar apple that's kind of smaller, no mutations, and let's see what the value is of this. So what is the sugar apple gonna be at? 60K. Last week's Ember Lily's like 50K base value. Let's do a little bit of a bigger one with some mutations on it. So this has wet on it. Let's see what wet does by itself. Okay, that's already up to 126K. And then we have an 11 kilogram one, which is valued at 78K. Again, no mutations on that. Sugar apple's pretty good. Those dragon peppers, though, honestly might be the new candy seeds. I think that's what everyone's going to want to get now is these dragon peppers. And not only that, but they look pretty cool. Oh, wait, this big dragon pepper that Shock just grew in. I'm going to go ahead and quickly test the value of this. Let's see what this bad boy is worth. 47 mil. Okay, pretty good. And look how cool this looks, man. This big cocoa vine. How much is this worth, Steven? Tell me. 677,000. I don't know if it's because this one's a big one or if it's just the value of this thing. The sun coil is ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and collect this. All right, let's go ahead and see how much a sun coil is actually worth. This thing looks like a sunflower, and it is worth 152K with no mutations and only 13 kilograms. So lots of new fruits coming out this update that will make your garden not only look good, but it'll also make your pockets look good. Started, and let's turn this basic, boring garden into something special. So as you can see, we have some different seeds in our inventory here, and most of these have been either in the game before, or they were scrapped, or they're just completely not available to get, and they never were available to get. So first off, we have this soul fruit seed. Now this seed originally was obtainable through the exotic seed pack, but it was only a 1.5% chance to actually get it. So let's go ahead and plant this thing and let's see what it looks like. I did actually receive some master sprinklers here as well, so we're gonna stack up and use some of these sprinklers to get this thing growing. I'm also gonna use a watering can on this. All right, there we go. There is our soul fruit. This thing looks kind of scary looking. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you guys actually have the soul fruit, because this one was obtainable through the exotic seed packs. All right, we gotta wait for some fruits to blossom, but this thing looks pretty nice. I definitely would like to add one of these to my actual Grow a Garden account. We'll just have to see what the fruits look like when they actually start growing in, though. All right, so while we wait for this soul fruit to grow, we're actually going to start growing the next seed, and that's actually the cursed fruit seed. Now, this seed was also obtainable in the exotic seed packs, but with a only 0.5% chance, making it harder to get than the soul fruit here. We're going to go ahead again and plant this across from our soul fruit. And let's go ahead and use our sprinklers here to try and get some nice fruits growing off of it. All right, there we go. Cursed fruit is growing. Let's go ahead and spam some watering cans on it. All right, and there we go. There's the plant for it. So this thing looks more of like a little bush instead of a tree, but this thing looks pretty cool. If this game was actually out during Halloween, I feel like the cursed fruit and soul fruit would have been fruits you would have only been able to get during like a Halloween event. Yeah, these things look a little bit more edgy compared to the regular fruits in the game. We also have to wait for this one to grow and to actually start sprouting some fruit, so we'll let it do that. But I actually really like the look of these two. All right, so we're gonna let those grow, and then next to it, we're gonna place down this here. It's called a candy sunflower seed. Now, no, this is not the new sunflower that just came out in the Busy Bees update. This was actually only obtainable in the Easter event shop, but you can no longer get this, and this was another special thing that actually came out around the same time the candy blossoms came out. We're gonna go ahead and place our candy sunflower down right here in the sprinklers so it can start growing. And then again, we're just gonna spam watering can it. Oh, it actually grew really fast. Okay, so this is the candy sunflower. Now, this thing, it doesn't look anywhere near as gigantic and crazy as the sunflowers that are currently in the game, but this is still pretty cool because this is history right here. I don't even want to pick it and sell it because this thing you can no longer obtain. So keeping this in my garden on this account is actually pretty special. So we'll go ahead and get the value of it in a little bit. We'll just give it some time, and it looks like, oh, the bee is going to pollinate it. This actually might be the first pollinated candy sunflower inside of growagarden. Pretty sure there's probably not many of these in the game right now. Now, if we didn't have these crazy sprinklers and the watering cans, this would have actually taken 1.4 hours to grow. So we're gonna give it some time and let it just get some mutations on it if possible. Maybe we can get gold on it from all these sprinklers, but yeah, this might be a first, a pollinated candy sunflower. All right, so the next one we're gonna skip for now because this one is actually only obtainable from admins, and this has never been in the game before from any shops or any legit way to get it. You can only get this thing from admins, but this is called the Mega Mushroom Seed. So we're gonna save this for last so you guys can see the rarest seed inside of the game. And for now, we're gonna go ahead and just skip straight over to the red lollipop. Now there's actually a blue lollipop variant, which if you actually go in here, you can't use admin commands, but if you press F2 and do give seed and then you put your username, you can actually type in blue and then blue lollipops right here. But if I try to give it to myself, of course, nothing's gonna happen because I don't have admin, but you can actually see some seeds in the list that aren't in the game yet. But there was a blue lollipop variant. I didn't receive it here. I don't know if it actually ever made it to the game, so we only have this red lollipop, but this again was in the Easter event. So I'm gonna grow this one back here. And I guess we'll just do an advanced sprinkler for this little guy. Oh, he grows really quick. And there we go. It's a red lollipop. This honestly just looks like one of the mushrooms you can get from the seed shop, but it is its own thing. It's a red lollipop. Okay, this sprinkler is so loud. I'm going to delete that. And we just got it pollinated. So if people have not sold the red lollipops, we might have just gotten the first red lollipop pollinated variant in the game. Again, we're setting records. Next up, we have the cherry blossom seed. So I love cherry blossom trees, and so does my fiance. So this is really cool that they actually had a cherry blossom in the game. Now, this one's a very weird one because for a while in the shop, it says before April 21st, players could purchase a strawberry from the seed shop for 21 Robux, and they would obtain this cherry blossom seed. But since then, the cherry blossom seed has not returned, and it's currently unobtainable. So this thing, for some reason, took place of the strawberry seed for a while in the shop. I don't know if it was a bug and maybe this was just a scrapped seed from early development, but it's really cool that we can experience it now and see what it looks like in our garden. I'm gonna go ahead and let this thing grow with an advanced sprinkler, and let's also put a master sprinkler on it so we can try to get a big cherry blossom since this thing is pretty tiny. And then let's watering can it all the way up. Oh, there we go. It lagged for a second, but there we go. We got a cherry blossom seed growing in. It looks like it's a little laggy or buggy, like it doesn't know how to react to the watering as well as the other stuff in the game, and maybe because this thing was never supposed to be in the game, but there we go. There's our little cherry blossom seed. It honestly looks like the next seed we're about to showcase, which is the candy blossom. Now, the candy blossom is one that pretty much everybody already knows about in growagarden by now, but we were actually able to receive one on this account to showcase it. Plants it like right here, kind of close to the cherry blossom, so we can actually see the differences. All right, let's watering can this all the way up. So what it seems like they did is they probably took the cherry blossom and then they made it into the candy blossom. It looks pretty much the same with like brick to brick ratio. It looks almost like the same build. And then the cherry blossom also has these little droopy things on it, and same with the candy blossom. So I think all they did is they took the cherry blossom, scrapped it, and then they turned it into the candy blossom. But the one thing about the cherry blossom that's different than the candy blossom is what actually blooms on them. You can actually get little cherry blossoms. Now, these are pollinated right now because of a bee just came by, but the cherry blossoms are completely different from what you get from the candy blossom. So this is really cool to see that this was going to be its own thing at one point. All right, so before we go to the mega mushroom, we still have one more to show, which is the Venus flytrap seed. Now, I thought I got a regular variant of this to show, but I actually have a rainbow one that Brighter gave me, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant the rainbow Venus flytrap. You were able to get this from the basic seed pack at a 0.01% chance or 1% chance in the premium seed pack. You may have not seen this one or even knew it was a thing because of how rare it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant this down, and we're gonna see what it looks like, the rainbow variant. That is big. You could see the outline of it. That is actually really cool looking. That is insane. Honestly, this thing looks way cooler than the beanstalk. It looks like the beanstalk kind of took inspiration from it a little bit because of how the way it's like built. I wish you could still get this in the game, but with the rainbow and it's actually moving its mouth. That is crazy. All right, so everything is pretty much grown in. We just have to wait for everything to actually bloom something on it so we can check the values of everything. But in the meantime, while we finish waiting for all of these, let's go ahead and check out this admin exclusive mega mushroom seed. I don't even know where to put it because it's going to take up a lot of space. I guess I'll do it like right here because we have the most space right here. Yeah, this will work fine. Let's go ahead and put it right here. And then to try and make this thing even more gigantic, we already have the master sprinkler over it. So we'll do another advanced sprinkler right here. And then we'll also do a godly sprinkler next to that. And look at that. It's already starting to grow. And this thing is huge. Oh my, look at how giant this thing is. Look how much space it takes up too. I think if they ever add this in the game, they need to make the base smaller or they need to make it so you could grow your garden even more than you already can. Because wow. All right, I'm going to do some spam clicking on this. All right, we're at 45% now. And it's pretty much just growing the top of it. The red part of it, and it's hardly making any other progress than that. All right, we have all these sprinklers working overtime to get this mega mushroom to grow, and it's still only at 60%. But it's taking shape. It's definitely a mega mushroom. This thing is humongous. All right, 99%. And 100, and it's pretty much there now. All right, well, here's our mega mushroom completed. This thing is huge, and it took forever to actually grow this thing in. Wow. We're gonna take a little break here, and then we're gonna come back in just a little bit when all this stuff grows in and see what kind of money you can make from all these plants. All right, so it's been like 2 hours, I would say, and not everything has completely bloomed something, but we're gonna go ahead and check out what has bloomed. All right, so we do have our cursed fruit that has grown in, and it is pollinated, and it looks huge. Look at how big this one is that we got. This thing is 154 kilograms. This is gigantic. I don't know if they're all supposed to be like this, but wow, this one is big. I don't think the soul fruit has bloomed anything. I think it actually takes a lot longer, but looking on the wiki, the value of the soul fruit is only about 3,000 for the minimum value, but I don't know what it would be with these mutations we have and how big of the one that we're growing up here would be. All right, we also have this candy sunflower that got pollinated. We are going to collect that even though I didn't want to, but we're going to get this sold. And this one is also pretty big compared to the regular sized ones you normally see, because again, those master sprinklers really help. We're going to go ahead and collect one cherry blossom for now, and it looks like, did we get a gold cherry blossom? Ah, we did. So I'm gonna check the value of the gold cherry blossom as well. That'd be cool to see. And then we also, it looks like we got a pretty big candy blossom, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab, can I grab this just gigantic one right here? There we go. And we have a gold candy blossom, which is actually worth a lot of money for what I know. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Let's go ahead and grab our red lollipop in the corner. And if we actually climb the Venus flytrap, we can pick up the fruit inside of its mouth. And the mega mushroom says you can collect, but I don't know if it actually sprouts anything. When I search my inventory, nothing comes up. And when I press collect, it just kind of does nothing. So I think this is more just for looks. I don't think it actually has anything you can sell on it. Let's go ahead and check the rest of what we have here. So this giant pollinated cursed fruit. Let's go ahead and talk to Steven. And how much is this thing worth? 2 million. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Not as good as I thought it would be for being this big, but it only has pollinated on it, so I didn't expect it to be that amazing, but I mean, still pretty good. Let's check this pollinated candy sunflower now. I don't think this will be worth very much anything. Only 436,000. Okay, well, at least it looks cool. All right, let's try this tiny little cherry blossom. This thing wasn't placed with the strawberry, so I don't think this would be worth much, but let's go ahead and check out the regular value of it. This is worth 7,000. Okay, that's way better than a strawberry, though. Let's check the gold variant. 129,000. So yeah, the gold really definitely helps the cherry blossom. And then candy blossoms are already worth a lot. So if you actually see the value of this one that I have, that's already 1.1 million for just this 10 kilogram candy blossom, which is pretty insane. What will be even more crazy is a gold candy blossom and how much this is going to be worth. 26 million. That is a big jump. We have our pollinated red lollipop. Let's go ahead and see what that is worth. 237,000. Okay, yeah, I didn't think this was going to be that much either. And finally, we have this pretty big normal Venus flytrap from our rainbow Venus flytrap. Doesn't have anything mutated on it, but we're going to go ahead and check the value of it. This thing is just a big spike ball. I'm smacking Steven with it. And this is worth 300K. So that's actually pretty good. And I just love the way that this thing looks. I really wish I had this rainbow Venus flytrap in my actual garden. But anyways, yeah, these are all fruits and plants that you can no longer obtain inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. So let me know down in the comments which your favorite is and what you think the mega mushroom should be valued at if you were actually able to collect from it. All right, so here we are at our broke garden. All right, well, I guess we'll start out with some carrot seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and buy all these. All right, so I got my 2 carrot seeds to start my farm off. And hey, look at that. Your first carrot. I'm so broke on this account. Ooh, at least I look handsome. Look, I'm viewing right now. All right, our first 2 carrots have been grown. Let's go ahead and sell these. What the? Did you just put your grape sack on me? All right, Steven. Hey, I'd like to sell my inventory. What can you do for me with that? 57 shekels. Wow. I'm gonna be rich in no time. Now with the 57 shekels I have, I guess I might as well go ahead and buy our first strawberry seeds. And this thing will be good because we can actually reuse it. So I'm gonna go ahead and place it right here. But wait for that to grow. I'll go ahead and check out this guy's garden over here who literally has the Amazon rainforest in his garden and feel bad about mine. Wow, you have a really nice garden. No, but honestly, my garden's better. Like, we can claim some free coins in the forever pack, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I guess we'll grow some more carrots in the meantime, and then we'll get 1 more strawberry. Let's go ahead and put that strawberry there, and then we'll do some quick carrots here. If we're lucky, we might get a cool mutation, like rainbow, on one of these carrots as they grow. Or we'll just get carrots, you know, that's fine too. I love carrots. All right, well, we have 2 more strawberry seeds in stock. I'll go ahead and yoink those, and I guess we'll do 1 more carrot in the meantime. The strawberry plants are finally starting to sprout, which is good. We got 2 more, so let's just keep letting these grow. Oh, we can collect these. Oh, we're gonna get rich. I got 1 strawberry. I'm rich. All right, Steven, how much do you want to give me for these strawberries, my man? 62 shekels. All right, we got some more carrot seeds and some more strawberries. For some quick money, I guess we'll stick with the carrots for now. All right, 355. We're getting some money now. However, we still need a little bit more to get these blueberry seeds, and then we'll really start seeing some progress. And also, we need 800 for that tomato seed. We should be able to buy our first blueberry plant now. There we go. I would like to buy your blueberry seed. And we did all that work for 1 blueberry seed. But this has got to make us some bank, right? You're going to take a while to grow, huh? Yeah, you're going to take a while. But you're going to be big. You're going to be a big boy. Oh, man, these strawberries make me sick. All right, selling the inventory again. Under 24. I guess we'll just keep racking up on the strawberries for now. And we'll just have a little section dedicated to strawberries. But look, we're getting quite a few now. So they don't really make a lot of money, but you do get quite a few of them. So it's better than wasting more money on carrots. Ooh. Ooh. We might get some mutations. All right, our blueberry is done. And now we're getting some rain. And look at that. We got a golden strawberry growing. Oh, yes. Gold strawberry. Perfect. You know what? Hey, look at this. I got something too. Oh, wait. Banana? 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 I take banana? Oh, he's going. Oh, he's gonna give me a flower. I'm so sad. Could have had something. I'll take your banana though. All right, we got 600 from that. That golden strawberry did us some work there. It got us some help. We get another blueberry seed. I guess I probably should have bought the tomato seed, but that's fine. I'm sure we're gonna have some more mutations here, and the wet will really help. We got fresh blueberry! Oh wow, that's so yummy! Look at this giant strawberry I just got. Now I'm starting to see some progress. Now my life isn't completely over with. I might actually make some money. All right, let's sell the inventory. We got 800. All right, we're doing better now. We're doing better. I'm starting to see progress, which I'm happy about. Oh wait, hold on. Orange tulips. There's quite a few of them. But I kind of want to get 1 tomato seed at least. I'm gonna do that, and we'll grab the tulip in a second. But I want to grab. I'm trying to get stuff where I don't have to keep rebuying because we're trying to save up some money. So since this hood guy over here offered me his banana, I'm gonna grow him a tulip. All right, I got my tulip. Hey, since you showed me your banana, I grew you this tulip. Here you go. He's spinning, he's excited. Friend request, oh, look at that. We're friends now. Oh, yay! Now me and my friend here, we're gonna make so much money together with a 10% boost. Did you bring me something? What is that? Bamboo? He just gave me golden bamboo just because I gave him a tulip? Thank you so much, man. Let's see. I'm in the 200,000s now. Just because I made friends with this guy. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. Now that I'm got some money, I could definitely stock up on some more seeds here and stuff. So I guess we'll go ahead and buy out the blueberries, get those growing. We'll keep up on our strawberry collection, and let's just buy up all the tulips. I got money now. I got money. Tulips, 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 tulips. That man over there has got a nice pair of tulips that I would like to kiss. Bruh. All right, this place is starting to take shape. Got a bunch of tulips. We got a lucky harvest. You found an orange tulip. Give me my tulip. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and sell this. What are we gonna make here? We gotta make some money. 18K. We're going up in the world now. We're making money. We are actually profiting quite a bit now. And more tomato seeds. What else has restocked? Please be something decent. Nothing. There's nothing else. No! No, my friend! My friend left! My friend! What did you do to him? What did you do to him? Watermelons, and we got more tomatoes. Perfect. Wait. Oh, wait, they have a mythical egg for 8 mil. I don't have that kind of money, but I'll get one common egg because I could get one of these guys, and I don't know what they do, but sure. I'll buy 2 though. I bought 1. I forget there's stock. I gotta remember there's a stock. Maybe I'll buy some watering cans. Let's go open this egg. We gotta make some more money, so egg time. I gotta wait 10 minutes for that? All right, sprinkler, do your thing on my tomatoes. Yeah. Ooh, we got our first watermelon. Yeah. Yeah, watermelon. Another watermelon grown. Oh, wait, these grow and then they just die. Okay, but I'll take this. I need the money anyways. All right, we got some watermelons. Tomatoes are pretty much done. We got to see what they grow. And then we have all these blueberries. I don't know if the blueberries are going to be worth it very soon. I might have to get rid of all these too, but we'll keep it for that. Ooh, I see some golds and stuff in there. I see some sparklies. Let's just go ahead and sell everything. Thank you. Look at that big boy. Look at these big boys. Oh, yeah, maybe the sprinkler did help a little bit with these. These are some big guys. Look at these big guys. These are some big guys. Okay, I only got 1,600 for that. Oh, bamboo, bamboo. This is new. This is good. This is good. All right, we're gonna bamboo that. There we go. We got some bamboo growing. Good stuff. We got a bunny hopping around. Here's some carrots for you. All right, this is good. I'm happy we got some bamboo, and bamboo grows quick. Oh, we can actually buy some more bamboo seeds with that, what we just made. Okay, cool. We're gonna be so rich with this bamboo. I can feel it in my veins, in my body, in my stink. Can you feel this, Mitch? We're gonna be so rich together. We're gonna buy mansions. We're gonna buy Bugattis, Lambos, anything you could think of. When this bamboo grows in, we're gonna be so rich. What do you think, Mitch? What do you think? Remember when my man gave me the golden one? How much does this sell for, Steven? How much is this worth to you, Steven? 40K. 40K. Mitch, we're gonna be rich, man. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich, Mitch. We're gonna be rich, Mitch. There's more bamboo seeds that need to be bought. Oh, wait, I don't have any money. All right, so what I'm gonna do real quick, because we're gonna make it be rich. So I'm gonna sell my inventory real quick with all this bamboo. We're gonna make 94K. Okay, never mind. I thought we were gonna be more rich than that because that one was worth 40K, but that's fine. But what I'm gonna do with that now is I have 90K. We're gonna buy this bamboo stock in here. Okay, that's gonna help us a lot. And we got some daffodils. Bamboo seeds, good step. And it's night and it's raining. So that can only mean we're gonna get some more bonuses, buffs, things, mutations. Oh, we got a moonlit bamboo already. All right, this is good. I like this. This is good. We might get some moonlit daffodils. But anyways, I'm gonna go take my potty break while this all gets moonlit. And then hopefully we'll make some good money when I get back.
Later.
All right, I'm back from my stinky break. Let's see what we have. We got only 1 moonlit bamboo, it looks like. But all of the other bamboo is still grown. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all this. And we got a pretty big daffodil, which is nice. Then we have a few moonlit ones. Bunch of moonlit tomatoes. Or I guess celestial. Okay. Some pretty good stuff in there. And I think that was it. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Will we become rich? Let's see it. Will this make me rich? Please. 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 800K. We're almost at 1 million shekels now. We're rich. No way. And right now there's one beanstalk, but I don't have 10 mil. But I can get some more bamboos. Things are getting chilly. We might be able to make some progress. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that beanstalk seed though. That is crazy that there's one right now. We gotta get to... I'm so cold. I'm so cold. An uncommon. I'll buy that. All right, plop the egg down, and I'm gonna water and can these bamboos. One's chilled. That's good. That's good. He's chilled, but yeah, I don't think the rest are. Yeah, we got 77K. We didn't make any money. We didn't make any money. But why must you taunt me? Oh, it's gone. The beanstalk is gone. It is so sad that it's gone now. Okay, well, I guess this is where we start waiting. We're gonna need to wait around and get some good seeds and kind of swap up the garden a little bit. I'm not gonna make a lot of progress with the strawberries, the blueberries, or even the tomatoes. The tomatoes that are getting mutated though might be decent money. This is gonna take a while, so I guess we'll just wait for the restocks and see what we get. While collecting seeds, this guy wants to give me this giant mango. So, thank you, sir. And now I have this big old mango that I can sell and make some money off of. 12K, okay. That's a generous donation. Thank you, my man. Thank you so much, actually.
2 hours later.
All right, so it's blood moon time right now, and I have a blood banana. So we're gonna grow this and hopefully make some money. I pretty much just went through and bought every better seed that I possibly could in the shop, and we're gonna grow all of this. The main thing I got here was 83 bamboo seeds. I do want to shout out my friend Binks for helping me buy seeds while I was AFK. Although she stole my man, Mr. Wake, from me and is also trying to steal my girl now, I'd still thank you, and I have forgive you now. All right, so our egg also prepared itself while we were gone, so I'm gonna go ahead and hatch this and see what we get. And we got,
oh my god, there's a kitty cat. Oh, it's so cute.
all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grow my blood banana right here, and I guess we'll just throw in all of our stuff that we got. So I'll throw my cactuses in here as well. And I'm assuming these pumpkins are going to be pretty big, so I'm going to put them back here. We got some coconut seeds, and we got 83 bamboo seeds. So I guess we'll just take up some space for these. I'm going to have to grow a lot of these, but this will be some pretty good money, and these grow pretty quick. So this should give us a boost, probably into the millions, I would hope, I would think. And if we're fast enough with this, we could probably buy a couple of the blood moon shop items before the blood moon ends, but we got to be quick. I'm going to go ahead and add these apple seeds in here because that's a part of our quest. We can get a seed pack for that, and then I'm gonna throw a mango right there. And then we also got some more watermelons, so I guess I'll just start growing these over here. And it's gonna be a little sporadic, but right now I'm just trying to focus on spacing things out a little bit until we get like a ton of stuff. But there we go. So now we gotta wait for the mango to grow, the apple to grow, and pretty much everything else to grow. These are gonna take some time. All right, all the bamboos, and some of these are celestials. That's gotta make some bank. Come on, make us some bank. 3.2 mil, we finally passed our first mil. We're making some money now. All right, so all of that was worth grinding all those seeds out. Now, I could buy some moon melons. 4 of these moon melons. Look at this, the garden is taking off. We're going places now. And we're just gonna keep waiting for this to restock them. We're gonna wait for all these plants to grow and see how much money we make, and we'll just keep waiting for restocks.
1 hour later.
All right, so I've waited about like an hour or so, and we have another blood moon here, so I did just pick up some more seeds for some blood bananas. We also got some more moon melons, which I actually planted back here, so these are all gonna be growing. And yeah, but a lot of this stuff is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and start harvesting some of these. We have some watermelons with bloodlet on them. So let's go ahead and grab these watermelons, and I guess we'll just start grabbing some of these apples. I have a quest for the apples first, and then I can get a seed pack. So hopefully I get something decent from doing that. But we have quite a bit here. So we also have some mangoes. Like our garden's actually starting to take off and look like something. So I think I'm doing good. I think I'm making good progress. We also have some, okay, some of our mangoes are bloodlit. And we're gonna make some good money, I think. We're gonna make some really good money this run. And let's just sell what we have so far and see how much we make from this. All right, 293K. That's pretty good. And we got a badge, spiky, just like my poops. Think we're good to just collect all this stuff. So let's grab all of our blood bananas here. And can I grab... Do I not have any, like, blood melons ready? I thought these were all done. I thought these were technically done, but maybe not. Okay, that's fine. At least we got some more blood bananas. We got some of these pumpkins we can yoink. Bro, this apple tree I got, this thing is humongous. This one, I don't know why it grew so big. Here's some good money here. So we have, like, a bunch of bamboo, probably like 100 pieces of bamboo. A lot of it was bloodlit, so that should be good. We got some more seeds, and hopefully this makes money. Now, once these blood melons actually fully grow and we can collect these, I think these will stock up our shekels. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and sell all this and see what happens when we get this sold. Please get some good money. 1.4 million. Okay, we're back in the 1.7 million range. I honestly thought we were gonna have way more than that, so I'm a little sad, honestly. All right, real quick, I forgot. We gotta check our quest drop. So let's see what we get from doing all of that work. All right, here we go. +1 seed pack. The moment of truth for all of our hard work. Please be something good inside. Spinning, spinning. Please, please be decent. Please be decent. Okay, okay, at least it's a mythical. We'll go ahead and plant our dragon fruit right here, and we'll wait for him to grow. All right, I was AFK for a second, but we gotta hurry and sell these blood bananas and these moon melons and pretty much everything we have, because there is a seed in the shop right now that I really want. You probably will know exactly what it is when I say it is worth 2.5 million to buy this thing. And I'm at 1.6 million, and the shop's about to reset within about 2 minutes, so I gotta hurry. Sell my inventory, and 800,000. I'm literally right there to buying it, but I'm not there yet. Oh, we gotta hurry, we gotta hurry. All right, go, 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 go. Get all the apples, get everything, and we just gotta sell. We gotta make just a little bit of money. All right, sell. What do I get for all this? Please, I got some gold stuff. Give me enough, give me enough, give me enough. Yes, let's go. I'm at 2.5 million. All right, we can buy this, we can buy this. All right. It is right down here. It is the next best thing next to the beanstalk. Boom, we just bought a seed for 2.5 million. We just got the cacao, and we're gonna go ahead and place this bad boy down right here, and that should be some good money once this thing grows. All right, well, we haven't gotten any bloodlit mutations, but it is a meteor shower right now, and we did just get celestial on our cacao right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and collect these, and we're gonna see how much we can sell them for. Celestial cacao, let's see. We're gonna see how much it's worth. That will give us, oh my, 1.1 million for just this little thing. We're definitely gonna sell this, and this was definitely a good investment to buy that plant over there. Cacao tree. So I'm gonna sell my inventory, and we're now at 1.3 million again. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go through and buy seeds over here. Oh, if this dragon fruit was growing, that probably would have affected it. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more of these moon melons, and that'll be some more seeds from that, and then these blood bananas, because I'm just pretty much trying to get whatever best options I have right now. And these are some good things. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant this, some moon melons. All right, so I just sold some more of my cacaos that just grew. I had a pretty big one and some more mutated ones. And now we're up to 16.3 million shekels. We have passed the 10 million digits just from this cacao tree. This thing has come in clutch, and I think I could definitely buy a beanstalk soon once it stocks. But for now in the blood shop, I'm gonna go ahead and buy out this blood banana seed and this moon melon again. And then we can actually buy something good. There is a blood kiwi in here. If we can get a couple more million, we can get this. And there's a blood hedgehog as well. All right, well, now that we made some bank with some extra to spare, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a legendary egg, because we can get one of these little guys. And there's one for sale right now for 3 mils. So we're gonna buy that. We're gonna plant this down, and after 4 hours, we'll have this guy. But in the meantime, we can at least look at it, and our cat will watch it for us, I guess. Never mind. All right, so I decided to go ahead and just reorganize my garden a little bit, because these cactus were getting pretty out of hand. So now we have a little bit of a cactus section here. And then over here we got mangoes and coconut trees, since these are gonna take forever to grow. And then the apple trees are all in one section. At least my garden will look a little bit more organized now, because all the cactus are kind of out of the way. All right, so apparently the admins are planning on doing another update tonight for this game, even though they just did the cosmetic update. But it looks like we got a disco event going on, so I'm gonna hopefully get some good money from this. But from selling and stuff, I'm already at 30 million. Now, we got the NCS music playing. It's gotta be lit, man. But I'm hoping my my cacaos here will get some disco mutations, because whenever I got Celeste on these, I made like 15 mil. So if I can get some disco mutations on these, that'll be pretty good. And then soon, hopefully when the next night event starts in like the next minute or so, we can buy some packs, and that'll also help. And then I really want to get a beanstalk. I'm trying to just get my free-to-play garden here as big as possible still within these 24 hours. All right, well, actually, the disco event ended pretty quick. I don't know if they're going to do another one. I think that was it. But we got a couple of disco mutations. It looks like only like 2 of our things got mutated, but this blood banana is one of them. And then we got an apple. I was hoping the cacaos would get some mutations on them, but that's fine because now we have our next night event coming up. Okay, so I actually really didn't know how the lunar point system worked. I didn't know you get more. I thought it was like every individual item is 1 point, but you actually get quite a few. So I ended up getting the night seed pack. So let's see what I get from this first one. Please be something good. Please be something good. Okay, I got mint. You know what? I'll take that. It's not exactly what I was hoping for, but I can't complain. It's free. But we also got a hedgehog, which I guess is decent for right now. It will give our cactus some more value, or actually some more size. My main goal at the moment, since I pretty much have gotten everything else that I really wanted, is to just get a beanstalk. And I mean, we're already at 30 mil, which is more money than I thought I was actually going to make in this video. So I'm happy about that.
Tomorrow.
All right, so it's the next day and we don't have too much time to spare. I ended up going to bed last night and I was so tired, man. So I slept for a while and I didn't really get to do more to my garden that I wanted to. The main thing I really wanted to do was get a beanstalk to start growing. So by the end of this video, I'd have at least 1 beanstalk in the garden fully grown. However, when I was sleeping, there was a beanstalk that showed up about 4 or 5 hours ago from when I'm recording this now. And I was dead asleep. And because the 24 hours is almost up, I've already missed both my opportunities to get one, I believe. However, we do have a fully grown garden for overnight. So we're going to see how much I can actually make selling all this stuff. A lot of this stuff should give us some good money. We also have a disco moon melon and it's chilled, so that should give us some pretty good money. I was going to hold on to that, but because this is only for a challenge, I'm just going to go ahead and sell that. Okay, we can actually just go ahead and straight up buy a night seed pack. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one of these, and that's... Oh, wait, hold on. We have enough for a star caller. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this before it ends the night off. And let's go ahead and throw this by our cacao tree, because this will give us plenty of money if we can get some stars to land right here. Some more. Wait, I don't know if the meteor shower already ended. I'm not seeing any more stars come down, so I might have just... It might be GG's. That might not do anything because it's gonna be a while for the next night. Oh, our legendary egg is also ready from overnight, so let's go ahead and check this out. See what we get.
Oh, hit the dog show. Look at him.
I probably should have bought the tool that lets me collect like everything in one click, but that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and sell and see what we get from all of this. Sell inventory, and we're up to... We're only 9 mil. I had way more than that from the cacao I sold earlier. Now, honestly, I do have a little bit more time, but since I'm not going to be able to utilize it, so I'm going to be away from my computer. That's a big coconut. I am pretty much going to end it here with about maybe 2 or 3 hours remaining. It's still pretty much about 24 hours. I don't know what else I could have changed in here. I doubt I would have gotten a beanstalk. Maybe I could have gotten some more moonlit mutations, but this is pretty good, I think, for our first day without paying a single Robux. All right, well, I think first things first, to get this garden started, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my disco bees here. So we have 6 of the rarest pets in the game ready to give us some disco mutations on our plants. They can't do anything until I get some seeds growing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess start with 2 strawberry seeds instead of carrots this time around, and that way I can maybe get a couple of strawberries mutated right off the bat. We'll see. Okay, they're waiting. This guy is waiting. He might be ready to give me a mutation already.
Nope.
All right, well, I'm gonna need some extra money a little bit faster. We do have some strawberries growing, but maybe I can convince this guy over here to give me a nice plant of his for possibly a raccoon or something in my inventory. Oh, wait, this person has mushrooms. This might be good. Oh, they have some pretty good stuff, actually. Let me take a nice little look in here on something that we can maybe trade him for. I need some quick money. I don't know if anything in here is worth it, actually. I thought I could possibly give you something, but I'm gonna need some better crops. In the meantime, we pretty much gotta wait for all of our disco bees to start discoing all over our strawberries.
Huh?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sell this, though. We're gonna try to expand our garden as much as we can so we have more plants ready for our bees to do their thing on. So, there's a tomato seed in stock. I would buy that. Oh, there's an apple seed, man. I'm gonna need more money, quick. Carrots, quick money, please. We just missed an apple tree. Why can't one of you do something? If you guys could have just discoed all over this, we would have been able to get an apple tree. All right, sell the inventory. We're at 652. Still not enough for that apple tree, but, yeah, no, there's no way we're gonna make that. I think I definitely could probably bribe someone and get some pretty easy money if I give them a disco bee. So I might server hop around and see if I can find a rich person. Oh wait, this guy has one bill who just joined. This might be a good thing. Hold on, yo. Yeah, he left. He left. Oh wait, someone else with one bill. Look at this. Look what I have. Look at this. I got a disco bee. What have you been selling? This doesn't look very spicy. All right, how much is the rainbow strawberry gonna give us? I need some rainbow money. What do we got? 900. All right, that's a good jump. We can at least get something in the thousands now. But we can't get the coconut seed or the bamboo, the stuff I actually want. But we can get a daffodil. Sure, why not? We'll get a daffodil and an orange tulip. And I guess we'll get a gravestone while we're at it and pay respects to my channel. All right, daffodil's done. What do we got? 2K, all right. We still don't have enough for any bamboo, and I could definitely make some good money with the bamboo and the coconut seed. Oh, here we go. Tortoise has 16.2 bill. Oh, yes. This is what I'm looking for. This will give me a good jump. I will trade. You're a rich man, Mr. Tortoise. I can tell by your top hat. Wow, look at this. This is a beautiful garden he's got. Let me go make a deal with this guy. Tortoise. No, he left. All right, this is a good sign. We joined the server in Olive Garden's here with 4.9 billion. Olive Garden. This garden looks incredible. This is actually really awesome, but what is this? Oh, that's a disco grape. I will trade that. Yo, wait, hold on. Celestial Shock Disco. Yo, hold on. Yo, Olive Garden. I'll trade Deco B for that Deco grape. All right, let's see if he's gonna grab it. Is he gonna grab it? He's going up there. Oh, wait. Oh, he has another one right there. Okay. Oh, he grabbed it. All right. Bro, get your big head out of the way. This is Olive Gardenized business right now, my man. Okay, he gave it to me. Here. Yo. Take it. Thank you. Let's go. Successful trade. I think that's a pretty successful trade. I don't think anyone else would ever have done that in their life, but I'm going to do it in my life because I need the money. But bam, we just made 91 million. That's a decent trade for me for this startup, so I can actually get my garden looking fresh. So that was worth it in my eyes for right now, so I can make some quick money. So now we can get these watermelons. Now we can get these pumpkins. Bro, thank you. He's actually so hyped. Wait, he said, hold on. And he's taking a look at my Disco Bee army right now. How do you have so much? One of the devs is my dad. So my goal now is to just try and expand my farm as much as I can here and hopefully get some nice disco mutations on my plants. And we're just going to keep an eye on the seed shop and try to get some good stuff. Oh, you know what? We can actually trade these pollinated plants. Aha, here we go. So this will be enough for this, but I need 3 things of honey. Come on, get that big blueberry. Get that big blueberry. Get that big yeah, let's go. I can get honey. We got honey brewing. Don't mind if I do. Here we go. We got a flower seed pack, and then I guess I might as well grab some lavender. All right, there we go. We got some stuff. All right, flower seed pack. Give me your best creation. What do we got? Give me something that's gonna make me some money. A lilac? I will take that. Boom, we got a lilac. All right, the garden is still looking very newbie. It's just flowers and kind of junk. We're just gonna have to keep an eye out for the good stuff, I guess. And, oh, dragon fruit seed. Perfect timing, actually. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We got a lilac, and we just got a dragon fruit seed. Now we can actually start looking not so newbie. All right, well, now is the fun part of us just kind of stocking the seed shop and waiting for something good to pop in while we also wait for some disco mutations. All right, so we're still grinding some seeds. We got some watermelon, pumpkin, and bamboo. And while we were waiting, all of the disco bees tried to apply disco mutations, but only one of them was successful. So we have a disco lilac now. All right, so as you can see, it's literally 5 in the morning. I've been just AFK buying seeds for like the last 2 or 3 hours to see what I would get. And I actually was able to pull a beanstalk. So if we actually check our seeds here, we got a cacao, we got some cactuses. Again, we're not counting the candy blossoms right now. We did get some watermelons, pumpkins, a coconut, bamboo, 95 bamboo, by the way, 3 dragon fruits, and a beanstalk. So that's some pretty good pulls tonight. So I'm gonna check the shop one more time, and then we're gonna start planting all this stuff. We got some more watermelon and some more pumpkins. Okay, nice. Collect all the blueberries and sell these because I don't really want the bees to target these since they're not as good for money. So we're gonna destroy all this. All right, we're gonna sell this, see how much we get, because we did have a disco one in there. Only 8K, the disco can't save blueberries, they're not that good. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and grow these dragon fruit seeds right next to the other one. We're also gonna put our beanstalk down. I guess we'll do that over here in this empty plot. Cacao seed over here by the dragon fruits, and that should be pretty good. And then we're just gonna stick all of our watermelon and pumpkins over here in the same spot. 2 cactuses, hopefully these will get pretty big. And then we also have a coconut seed, so I'm gonna also plant that over here. And then last but not least, we actually have 95 bamboo, so I'm gonna just stick it all in this plot here. So hopefully we can actually make up to a build. That would be pretty cool to see, but I don't know. We'll have to just come back in the morning or whenever I wake up, see what we get. All right, there we go. We got all the bamboos in one spot, perfect. And to top things off too, we actually got quite a few watering cans and sprinklers. We got some godly sprinklers and advanced sprinklers. Godly one in the middle of all this if I can. There we go. And then I will also throw a advanced one in here somewhere. All right, perfect. And I'm also gonna throw just some basic sprinklers in here as well, just to help speed up the growth of all these plants. All right, perfect. So everything is being watered. I'm gonna use my watering can to get this beanstalk grown since that's our best bet for money. All right, that was like 200 watering cans on the beanstalk. It's only at 26%. So this is gonna be a pretty big beanstalk. Oh, it's at 31 now. All right. Still, that's gonna be a pretty big beanstalk. I think too, just to hopefully help us get a little bit more money, I am gonna get rid of these corn plants and the tomatoes. I'm gonna sell these. No way. I'm gonna sell these. No way. I just did that. How did it misfire? Oh my bro. I'm actually so sad. The rest of this should be fine. It should make us good money. And I think the disco bees will pull through. All right, so it's the next day and we have gotten all of our stuff to grow here. And as you can see, there is a lot of disco plants that we got. So these bees were up to some good work overnight. I see a lot of disco mutations, so we should be able to make some good money. And I see a lot of pollinated plants as well. And it looks like we also had some lightning hit overnight because there's some shock plants as well. We should be able to make some pretty good money today. I'm gonna go ahead and start picking up some of the stuff. So we do have some shocked and disco plants, which will be some really good money. So the dragon fruit has a lot of shocked plants. Some of these are disco, but it looks like the bees mostly targeted the bamboo. It looks like a whole disco party going on within the bamboo. Okay, and we actually have a beanstalk up there that's disco. I do see a disco up here for the dragon fruit, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to climb. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and search disco. And this is how much stuff we actually have gotten discoed. Let's go ahead and check this dragon fruit here. It is pollinated, it is shocked, it is on disco mode right now. Let's see how much this is going to be worth. That is 1 mil. Okay, that's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be more than that. Let's check the bamboo here. How much is this disco bamboo worth? About 500K. Okay, still not too bad. I was expecting a little bit more, honestly, but this one should make us some pretty good money here. Pollinated disco frozen beanstalk. Let's go ahead and check the value of this. This will give us 3.5 million. Okay, so I think we're gonna make some pretty good money overall. Let's get the grand reveal here of how much we're gonna make. We're gonna sell the inventory and let's see how much we make. 113 million overnight. Okay, so we're at 186 million. Honestly, I expected more, but I think it's really because we would have had that cacao and we would have probably had more seeds if we actually kept through this overnight. Disco Bees, you have done well. I thank you for your service. Thanks for making a lot of my bamboo disco. All right, and just like that, we are now in early access of the new Beehive update inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. So as you can see, there's a new queen bee in the middle of the map with this that shows the swarm event, and bees fly out of their hive and pollinate your plants for a new mutation. And when you do have pollinated plants, you can actually give it to this honey compressor here, and I believe that will let you unlock seed packs and stuff. We had one of the developers actually give us everything to check out in this update, including all of these new exotic flower pack seeds. So there are new roses, there's a new big sunflower here, and tons of stuff. There's also a 1% chance, it looks like, to get any of these in a rainbow variation, which for some reason is a little bit higher of a chance than the sunflower itself. For now, there are bee crates. For now, we'll go ahead and place these down. Okay, these actually look like they're just cosmetic items. So these will give you different cosmetic items from the bee update. We'll see some of the cosmetics that we get in this, but some of them that I already have unlocked here is the actual Beehive cosmetic. Little bees, particles swarming around it. Oh, the tornado's here. Touch my carrots. Come on. Come over here. Okay, it's just stuck in this random plot that nobody's in. I assume there's going to be actual like rods and stuff that you can use to attract the tornado to your plot to get everything mutated, but at the moment in the actual gear shop there's nothing like that you can buy. Let's get back to those cosmetics. So yeah, we have this nice beehive here. We have this queen bee statue, which is pretty cute. Look at her real face. It's so cute. And then we also have this nasty looking honeyed up bench. Best part of the cosmetics in this update is the fact that you can actually rotate these things however you want now instead of just one direction. You can rotate the way it faces like you could do already, and then you can also tilt it left and right and make it a little seesaw. All right, so the biggest part of this update, of course, is going to be the seeds and to show off all the exotic seeds and what they're worth inside of that shop seed pack, and then to actually get honey and trade it in. So from what I know, all of these are a part of the exotic seed pack except for these high fruit seeds, and I want to say the nectarine seeds. So let's go ahead though and start growing everything here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some pink lilies down. Let's go ahead and grow these. These will be again in the exotic seed pack, so we're just gonna throw all these down to grow. All right, so the event is back in the testing place. Now we can actually get some pollinated stuff. So it looks like these little bees in the middle of the map are pollinating my carrots. Okay, it just clicked into nighttime. Hello. I guess this is one of the gravity events, the black hole event.
Wee! So cool!
Alright, so anyways, oh, this is nice too. So now instead of showing a percentage, it shows an actual countdown of how long it's going to take to grow these things. Alright, so those are our pink lilies. These are our foxgloves. We also have our sunflowers, which these are the big guys, and they take over an hour to grow, but that makes sense because of how gigantic they are. So we're just going to spam all of these down. You won't really have this many sunflowers in the actual game because these are pretty rare. So here's our nectarines here. We'll just keep them on a section. We have our purple Delilahs, which take about 5 minutes, so not as long as the other ones. And then we have our high fruit seeds, which take about 30 minutes. These, I believe, will be from the actual event in the middle. We'll check that out in just a minute. And it looks like these bees from the middle of the map are pollinating, so that's good to know. We have a bee swarm, higher pollinated fruit chance. We have some rose seeds and lilac. So the roses, oh wait, so the hives take about 30 minutes. The roses take about 10. So we'll go ahead and plant these down. And finally, the lilacs take about a minute and a half. So the lilacs are pretty quick to grow. All right, so everything is planted and now growing. These are all the new seeds in the game. And let's go ahead and just place down these master sprinklers and try to get this stuff growing faster. All right, so that should help with getting all these grown, so then we can actually take a look at all of them when they're fully grown. And to also help out, I'm gonna go ahead and buy as many watering cans as I possibly can at the moment. So let's go ahead and grow one of these high fruits. I'm just gonna spam grow on this. All right, there's our high fruit. These lilacs seem to be done already, so those are good. Let's get one of these nectarines done here. And I guess we'll spam on one of the sunflowers, because these are gonna take forever if I don't. Okay, we have a fully grown sunflower somewhere in there. I probably shouldn't have put them all together like that. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in all of the new pets we have here. So let's start off with the regular bee. So we got a little guy here. So every 20 minutes just about flies to a nearby fruit and pollinates it. So this is how you can get pollinated fruit while the swarm event is not going on. You just have to have a little bee. We also have the queen bee. All right, so every 20 minutes a nearby fruit gets magically pollinated, applying pollinated mutation. And every 21 minutes a random pet will refresh its cooldown. Pretty much just like the regular bee, but it can also cool down the other bees. All right, we have the petal bee, which is this little pink and white bee. And the petal bee, again, pollinates it, but there's a 1.52% chance flower type fruit stays after harvest. Good luck. Hey, not again. Shut up. We already did all this.
5.
It got done! It got done!
Alright, so we also have the golden bee. Pollinates about every 20 minutes as well, but has a 7.36% chance that harvested fruit becomes gold on harvest. And finally, we have the new bear bee, which the bear bee can't actually fly. This dude just walks around. You're not as cool as the other bees because you're not a real bee. I'm sorry, you're not a real bee. You look stupid. You're not a real bee. I'm just kidding. Please don't hate me for hating on the bear. All right, so every 20 minutes goes to nearby fruit and tries to pollinate it, but it's not a bee, so it fails and turns to a honey glazed instead. All right, well, now that this is actually here and we have some pollinated stuff, let's go ahead and grab our pollinated carrots. All right, so I have pollinated stuff here. I'm gonna give you my pollinated carrot. Okay, so we need 10 kilograms worth of pollinated stuff. I don't know if I have enough. All right, let's fill this thing up. Let's make that honey. Give me a little while. Okay, so it takes 10 minutes. This dude is compressing my honey together. All right, well, in the meantime, while that does its thing, I am going to check out some of the values of these new fruits. So let's go ahead and grab a lilac. We'll grab a high fruit. That's good. These are all high fruits. Okay, can I grab a nectarine? Are all these done? It looks like there's shiny in here, but they're not completely ready yet. So, okay, one purple Delilah. That's good. Foxglove. All right, we'll grab a pink lily. We got a foxglove. All right, and then let's grab a rose. And I guess I'll grab a pollinated rose to do some math to see how much the pollination actually gives you. Let's go ahead and test this stuff out here. So the high fruit, let's see how much the high fruit is worth. This thing is worth 110K for just this little guy. He is at 31 kilograms, so good to know. We have a lilac. How much is this worth? 183, so the lilac is more than the high fruit, and this guy's only at 6.8 kilograms. All right, so let's go ahead and compare our rose here. We have a rose and a pollinated rose. So let's see what the rose is by itself. This is 69,000, and then the pollinated variant of it is 262,000. So that is a pretty good mutation there, especially because you can just get bees to pollinate all your stuff, and then stacking that up with like celestial, lightning storms and all that. That's some pretty good mutations you can stack up, especially while AFKing. So we have a foxglove here. I can't remember if I already checked this. The foxglove is worth 230K. That's pretty good. That wasn't even one of the biggest ones I have. We have a purple Delilah. This thing is worth 457K, and that's only under 30 kilograms, so that's pretty good as well. That's some good money. And then we have the pink lily, which is worth 814K for just this pink lily, no mutations on it at all. Okay, so this one is a little bit bigger than it would normally be, it looks like, but how much is just an 8 kilogram pink lily worth? Let's see. 117K. So yeah, that's just because that one's a big one. The big one that we really want to see and see how good it's worth is the sunflower. But in the meantime, let's open up these cosmetic crates and see what else we have. All right, so what else did we get? We got this honey fountain, which I do like fountains. In the actual game, I do have quite a few fountains in my garden. That's nice. We have this barrel of honey. And then the only other new one we got was this giant, like, honey tree, or is this a lamp? I think that's a lamp because it has, like, that white colored brick right there, but this might be, like, a street light type of thing. All right, let's see what we get. Collect honey. I got 10 honey. Oh, okay, so that just goes into your inventory, and then I believe that will be used for the actual shop. Okay, here's to trade honey. In here, you can get the flower seed pack, you can get the nectarine seed, you can get the high fruit seed, you can get a honey sprinkler, that is cool. There's the bee eggs, there's honeycomb. I think that's another cosmetic with the honey walkway. We can use 10 of these to actually get the seed pack, and I believe that will let you get from the exotic flower seed pack. So let's see. Yep. That's where you actually unlock all of those. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the bee egg is actually how you get the bees for pets in your garden. The crates are just a cosmetic. So if you want to get the other cosmetics, that's what the crates do. And then also, we just got a honey glazed fruit. So I'm going to go ahead and just see how much this honey glazed is worth compared to a regular gold. Okay, so gold lilac is 10 mil. Honey glazed gold lilac is 34 mil. So yeah, that's a big increase there, about 3 times the amount. All right, well, I have a couple sunflowers here. So we have a honey glazed one, and we have a honey glazed gold, and then another honey glazed. So let's just go ahead and see, I guess, what this honey glazed one is worth. Okay, so it's only 6.3 million. That is not as much as I was expecting, but that's still pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what the honey glazed gold one is worth. Now, this one is smaller, but let's see what that brings it up to. 67 million. Okay, so the gold really does make a big difference. These will definitely be a challenge to get, but once you get some in your garden and you get them mutated, that should be some pretty good cash every time you go to sell. All right, first things first is we're going to spawn in 7 of our mooncats here. All right, and then next up, we're going to spawn in one of our triceratopses. This guy is an age 9 compared to my other 2 that are age 8, so he's a little bit ahead of the other 2, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn him in. And then we're going to go ahead and place our sprinklers here. So I'm going to go ahead and place our Grandmaster sprinkler, a Master sprinkler, Godly, Advanced, and Basic, and then I'm going to go ahead and slap down a sugar glaze seed right in that mix. And this should help it get pretty big, plus all of our moocats. Now, what we can also do is drag this thing over into a bunch of moocats to hopefully get the original sugar glaze to be pretty big. So let me see, can I move this? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. And we're just going to let these mooncats mix in their abilities onto it. All right, that looks pretty good. And then I guess, you know what, since this is growing pretty quick, I can use some more watering cans on it. And then once our triceratops here is done with this cooldown, I can just go ahead and smack this sugar glaze and we can get the first set of donuts done and see how big they turn out. Let's try to travel this right in between these guys. We need to get as big of a sugar glaze as we possibly can. Look, the cat's actually sleeping in the tree. What? All right, I'll put it in this one just to get more bonus points possibly from our mooncats, and then we're going to put it right back in our sprinklers here. All right, then finally, a couple more watering cans, and this thing should be done growing. I wish I could drag the mooncats over here. I know a lot of people were telling me to get the pancakes so I can have them all focus on a section. I actually did not get the pancake unlocked. I just had the pancake mole. But yeah, that'll be one of the things I focus on unlocking next, so we can always have our mooncats target one area for our plants. All right, our triceratops is... Oh my... All right, well, it looks like we got a pretty big donut growing in. It looks like everyone's doing their job. Let's see what the triceratops does to help. All right, kaboom. That was it. That was 33 minutes of growth. All right, so our sugar glaze is done growing. Why is it green? I thought it was going to be like a chocolate one, but I guess we got someone's like boogers. All right, well, we're good here with our triceratopses, so we're going to go ahead and use some sprays here so we can get 5 mutations applied to our sugar glaze and then get a butterfly to turn that into rainbow for us. So we're going to go ahead and use one of these honey glaze sprays. We're going to use a pollinated, a chocolate, a shocked, and then we're just going to use a wet just to get another one out of the way. And there we go. We have 5 mutations on our sugar glaze here. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and trowel this so it's facing this way. This is the one time a chocolate spray makes something look a little bit better, a little bit more appetizing. All right, but anyways, I'm going to favorite this real quick just so I don't accidentally pick that up. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in 1 queen bee here and a butterfly. So that way our queen bee will cool down our butterfly and convert this thing to rainbow. I'll take all those 5 mutations and convert it to rainbow. And then over here, my main account, I'm going to spawn in a queen bee as well. And then we're going to spawn in my kitsune. So that way, by the time this butterfly over here converts this to rainbow, then our kitsune over here will be ready, and then we can apply chakra or foxfire chakra to our sugar glaze. But for now, I do need to unfavorite this so the butterfly can actually convert these mutations, and we gotta wait about like 17 more minutes. Yeah, so I'll be right back. All right, so our queen bee's about done with her cooldown, and she's about to cool down our butterfly, and hopefully our butterfly can take these and apply rainbow quick, because for some reason my queen bee's timer on my main account bugged, and it is now lined up with this account. So it's about to cool down our kitsune over here as soon as this happens. So queen bee, cool down butterfly. Butterfly is now cooled down. Let's get rainbow quick before the kitsune comes. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. All right, we're good. We got it just in time. Our sugar glaze is now rainbow. The kitsune is stealing it. And now we have rainbow and chakra done. All right, I'm gonna get out of his way. It's very bright and in my eyes, I can't see anything. All right, so since this is good, we're gonna go ahead and favorite this just so we don't touch it. And we're gonna go ahead and pick up our queen bee and our butterfly, and then let's go ahead and apply some sprays to this thing. So we're gonna reapply that shocked onto there. We're gonna apply pollinated. We're gonna apply fried, honey glazed, burnt, and chocolate. And then over here on my main account, we're going to apply cloud touch, we're going to apply verdant, and we're also going to apply wet, so that way our kappas have an easier time to apply bloodlet to our big sugar glaze here. All right, so that brings us up to 11 mutations on our sugar glaze, so it's looking pretty good here. So first thing I think I'm gonna go ahead and do is plant a carrot seed, and we're gonna put the shocked spray on our carrot seed here. All right, there we go. Our carrot is now shocked, so then I can go ahead and spawn in our Raiju, which will give us a mutation done right off the bat. He will eat this shocked carrot and apply static to our sugar glaze right away, so we can get that mutation done and out of the way. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 disco bees as well, so we can work on getting the disco mutation added. We're going to spawn in our tranquil scarlet and our corrupted scarlet. Even though we already have verdant done, since they have tranquil and corrupt, we can get tranquil and corrupt mutations on our big sugar glaze here. All right, so that brings us to 5 pets here. Looks pretty good so far. I am going to go ahead and spawn in my chicken zombies next, just so we can get zombified done and out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in a kappa here, so our kappa can attempt to get the sugar glaze bloodlet. And that's good. We have all of our pets ready to go, and now we just have to wait for all of their cooldowns to go by. Okay, our Raiju just charged that carrot and ate it so fast I wasn't even ready for a second there, but he did apply the static mutation onto our sugar glaze here, so that is another mutation done and out of the way. All right, so what I think I'm gonna go ahead and do next is I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in this corrupted kitsune so we can start working on getting a corrupt chakra or corrupt foxfire chakra and add that on to our sugar glaze. All right, and then we're also gonna wait around here because our disco bees are about done with their cooldowns, and hopefully we'll get disco applied right away. Usually they're pretty good about getting us disco. Let's see it. All right, one's going off. All right, easy. That first disco bee there instantly gave us the disco mutation. So we're getting some good mutations done. All right, so since that is good and out of the way, let's see. I think I'm going to spawn in another kappa to assist getting this thing to turn bloodlet. And then I guess, let me see what else I have in here. We don't really need our cooked owls today because we did get burnt on it already and fried. All right, I guess really the only other pet we need at the moment will be the pterodactyls. So I'm gonna spawn one in here, and then I think what I'll do is whenever our pterodactyl here is about to be done with his cooldown, we're just gonna grow a bunch of carrots back here like last second, so that way he can try to apply tempestuous to one of these. So in case he doesn't get tempestuous on the first try on our sugar glaze, all hope won't be lost. We can get it on a carrot and then just use a Spinosaurus to move it over. All right, let's go. One of our chicken zombies just applied the zombified mutation onto our sugar glaze, so that's another mutation done. We move these chicken zombies out of the way. They've done their job. All right, so next up is our pterodactyl. His cooldown is about done, so I'm going to quickly place a couple of these carrot seeds down just to see if we can stack up and maybe get tempestuous on one of these. All right, so let's see if our pterodactyl gives us tempestuous. It'd be nice if he could just give it to us directly on the sugar glaze, but if not, we'll use a Spinosaurus to move over mutations later onto this. All right, let's see it. He went all carrot mode. He didn't even go for the sugar glaze, but one of them did get tempestuous right here. So let me go ahead and favorite this real quick, and then I'm going to pick up the rest of these. All right, there we go. So tempestuous is on this carrot, which means our pterodactyl did do his job. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. He is good to go. And I guess we'll go ahead and unfavorite the carrot, and then we're going to put down a Spinosaurus. So this guy will be able to eat the carrot and then move it over to our sugar glaze. Okay, so I knew something felt like it was missing, like I didn't do one of our pets that we normally do by now. And you know what? There is something missing, which is our spaghetti sloth. We got to get this guy to spawn in so he can give us sauce, pasta, and meatballs so we can get the spaghetti mutation added onto our sugar glaze. I don't know how good a spaghetti sugar glazed donut would taste, but our spaghetti sloth sure thinks it would be good. All right, so we have quite a bit of stuff about to happen. So first off, our Spinosaurus here is going to eat from our carrot, and hopefully it'll just move tempestuous over right away. Let's see. Let's see which mutation it eats. Okay, well, it ate wet, which we didn't need, so good thing we have our other Spinosaurus as backup for right now. So we're just gonna wait for that to happen. And then also, hopefully, our corrupt scarlet here will apply. the corrupt mutation to our sugar glaze. But it is nighttime now, so we should be able to get moonlit, and hopefully after we'll get a celestial event so we can get celestial added to our sugar glaze. But anyways, there we go. That Spinosaurus has officially added tempestuous over to our sugar glaze, so we can go ahead and pick up our Spinosauruses for now, since we don't really need them to move anything else over. I'm gonna pick up that carrot, and then we just gotta wait for these guys to apply their mutations to our sugar glaze here. So let's see. Hopefully the corrupt scarlet does corrupt. Come on, please get it done. It failed. Okay, well, we're not gonna get that one done yet, I guess, but we are gonna get moonlit done. So there we go. We now have a moonlit added to our sugar glaze here and tempestuous. So that's another 2 mutations done and out of the way. All right, corrupted kitsune, please give us your mutation, please. There we go. Corrupted kitsune applied corrupt chakra to sugar glaze. So he is done and out of the way. And now we have harmonized chakra added onto this thing. All right, our spaghetti sloth is doing something. Let's see what mutation he adds to our sugar glaze first. He's pretty much a guaranteed pet to give us mutations. So let's see what the first one we get is. All right, we have sauce added to our sugar glaze now. So that is good to see. And once he applies his other 2, we'll have the full spaghetti mutation done. All right, our spaghetti sloth is heading over to hopefully apply the next mutation that we need. Hopefully it's not the same one. All right, there we go. So we got meatball added to sugar glaze. So now we have sauce and meatball on our sugar glaze here. As you can see, here's sauce, here's meatball. So once he adds pasta, those will all turn into spaghetti. Oh, wow. For the first time, I think, in one of these videos, we're actually getting an Aurora event. I mean, I guess we used to get events like this all the time, and I think we had the Aurora before when Brighter would do all the admin events. And it's ending. Well, no Aurora mutation. I guess I'll trowel this back. Okay, well, I literally just got back from being AFK, and I just came back to the spaghetti sloth applying pasta to our sugar glaze here. So let's go ahead and take a look if anything else happened. All right, so yeah, now we have spaghetti because we had all 3 of the spaghetti sloth mutations applied. It still looks like we did not get corrupt while I was AFK, so we still have to wait for corrupt to be applied, and we still have to wait for bloodlet to get applied. But our spaghetti sloth is at least done. All right, so finally we got another mutation done. Our Scarlet finally applied the corrupt mutation onto our sugar glaze. We can go ahead and pick him up. And now we have corrupt added onto here and tranquil. So we have those 2 done. It's pretty much only up to our kappas now to try and get bloodlet. I always spawn these guys in first, and then they literally struggle the entire time to convert wet to bloodlet. But hopefully they do that, and then once they get this thing bloodlet, or hopefully get it bloodlet, we'll then apply wet again and then convert wet over to frozen. All right, well, big rip. We've been waiting for our kappas to give us bloodlet for like 2 or 3 hours now, and they haven't. And then we got a frost event, so this thing is frozen and we can't get bloodlet now. All right, well, we didn't get bloodlet today, but we did get frozen. I wanted to get frozen and bloodlet though, but you know, sometimes you can never win at these things. And then yeah, it's also been hours and we haven't had any other events happen. We have our raptor spawned in, so we're gonna try to pick up our sugar glaze and get amber applied. But in total, we do have 19 mutations, and if you spread some of these out like tempestuous, we would have 20. Spaghetti, we would have 22. And harmonized chakra would bring us to 24 mutations. So if we get amber, that'll be 25. Without further ado, let's go ahead and pick this thing up. Oh, look at that. We actually did get amber. So yeah, this thing technically has 20 mutations on it, or 25. It, for some reason, shrunk in size when I picked it up. Sometimes the big plants do that. The donut, maybe just for holding purposes, it did that. But hopefully it didn't actually break the size of it, and then it's going to break the value. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot. So thanks to our raptors for helping us out. All right, well, without further ado, I'm going to check the value of this thing with Steven. Hopefully it's still good. I don't know if the size actually went down or if it's just a visual bug like it used to be, but we're going to go ahead and check with Steven and see how much our sugar glazed donut is worth. So Steven, what would you give me for this thing today? Okay, yeah, I think the size stayed the same because this is worth 209 billion, which is actually really good for missing some of the mutations like paradisal and also ceramic. If we did get all of the admin mutations on this thing, I think it would have been close to 1 trillion or even passing 1 trillion, and we could have even gotten it bigger. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good price for the sugar glazed donut, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. But first off, you know what? I've been noticing that every time I'm in this plot or this plot, those event mutations hardly hit, and it seems like they always target the middle plots or the very far end plots. So my first goal getting started is to actually get some alt accounts in here, so they spawn in these two plots, and then I can take this nice little plot over here. All right, grow garden is loading. Let's see if this actually worked. All right, perfect. We're in one of the middle lots now, so this should help us with some mutations. There's my main account garden, by the way. I have that big cactus that's an obstacle course. All right, so step 1 is complete. Now step 2 is we're going to get all of our moon cats prepared yet again to get a big candy blossom seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in all of the moon cats that we have in my inventory. I think that's all 8 of them. And let's go ahead and plant our candy blossom down. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it maybe over here, like right in the middle towards the entrance a little bit, so the events can hopefully hit it. I'm trying to get this thing in range of everything that's about to attack it. All right, and then we will go ahead and put a master sprinkler down. We will do our godly sprinkler, advanced sprinkler, and our basic sprinkler. Then we're just gonna go ahead and watering can this guy. All right, perfect. We are set up, and all the moon cats are already sleeping. You know what? Actually, yeah, before we put this over here, I'm going to move it. I know I just put all my sprinklers down, but I think over here will be better so the moon cats can reach it, so we can get our initial fruits to grow big. And then once we actually have all that done, then we'll move it to the entrance. I also think, just to help this time around, I'm going to give myself some more range of what I can use in my garden. I'm going to expand it on both sides. In that way, if the events happen and they're like a little bit close over here, I can again move my candy blossom over. There we go. That'll expand it just a little bit. I don't think we need this one, even though it takes 24 hours to buy this one. I don't think we're gonna need this one. We mostly just need the sides and then to be pretty close up here. All right, now we wait for candy blossoms to grow. It looks like there's already one growing right there, and it might be pretty big. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and compare, because in the sugar apple video, we had a really big candy blossom grow in, and then we ended up not using that one and going for another one that was even bigger than that one. This one looks just a tad bit smaller than this one. Okay, yeah, I definitely think we have our candy blossom that we're going with. This one is definitely looking more mighty than this one. All right, I don't think the moon cats can really get this to be any bigger. This is a pretty big candy blossom that we have. I think they've done their work. This thing is just going to grow in now. So I think we're gonna go ahead and go with this one. And in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and pick up these moon cats then, because they have done their job. And we are going to go ahead and get a butterfly going. We're gonna need the butterfly to get all of the mutations on this to rainbow. So we're gonna get a butterfly inbound so this thing can get its cooldown, because it takes 28 plus minutes for the butterfly to cool down. All right, but to get those mutations, this thing looks pollinated already, unless it's gold, but I'm gonna go ahead and, just in case, I will spray some pollinated mutation on it. Okay, yeah, it is already pollinated, so we're good there. We're gonna go ahead and get shocked on it. We're gonna go ahead and get chocolate on it, just like we've been doing, and that should be 3 mutations already. And then we're gonna go ahead and get the honey sprinkler on it, and that should be 4 mutations. And then to get that 5th one, so we can convert them all over to rainbow, I'm going to summon the polar bear army like I've been doing, because this is an easy way to get chilled pretty quick. Yeah, okay, this one is ready now. Pollinated, shocked, chocolate, chilled, and honey glaze. So this one already has the 5 mutations we need for the butterfly to do its work. But I guess since we got everything else done that we need to for now, and we have a pretty big candy blossom that we're going to take, I'm gonna go ahead and move this back over here, because we're gonna get this thing ready for events. And you know what? I'm gonna actually try and make this stick out of my garden as much as it can. So maybe what we'll do is we will go in the corner right here. Is that gonna stick out? I think it's just gonna make it. Let's see how far I can go. Like right there. Perfect. Now it's sticking out of the garden, so I think any event should have a better chance of actually hitting it. Alright, so I went AFK for like 15 minutes, and this thing actually became frozen while I was gone. So there must have been a snowstorm while I was AFK. So that kind of sucks though, because it seems like I can never get frozen after I already have rainbow. Alright, so Colleen here is about to cool down and give this candy blossom the rainbow mutation on it. But real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and carefully collect these other candy blossoms, including this other one that grew in rainbow. All right, here we go. Colleen is attacking. Let's watch this thing get converted to rainbow. All right, boom. Butterfly transform candy blossom into a rainbow candy blossom. Look at this thing. It looks great. Oh, also while I'm here, I want to say, because a lot of people are like, Bandage, you didn't actually get the gold mutation on your plant. Well, actually, if you didn't know, you can only get rainbow or gold. And I'm choosing rainbow because it gives you more value than gold. I think gold is like 20 times value and rainbow's 50 times. Okay, yeah, I guess technically this one is going to be bigger because you can see the little stem on it is a lot bigger than this little one. Let's do the stud check. We got 2, 4, 6, 8 studs going across. This one we got 2, 4, 6, 8, but there's a little cutoff here on this part. I didn't think this big of one was gonna grow in after I already got rainbow pollinated, shocked, and chocolate and honey glaze back on it. It's a really hard decision to make, but I know you guys are gonna want to see the bigger one make the most money. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna pause on this one and we're gonna go ahead and quickly catch this one up, get all the mutations on this one, and hopefully we'll be back in business in just a second. We're gonna wait this out again and get this back to rainbow. So I will see you guys in another 30 minutes. All right, well, we're at least back to having all 5 mutations, and I did want to go ahead and try and see if this one sticks out of our garden even more than that last one was going to, so let's just take a look real quick. Yeah, this one definitely pokes out into the middle of the map a little better, so I think this will actually be good in the long run to get these event mutations to hit. Okay, well, I just reset my butterfly's cooldowns again, it looks like, so that just added another couple minutes back onto this. However, we do have some queen bees here. The queen bee has a slightly less cooldown than the butterflies by a couple of minutes, and that will actually recharge one of the butterflies. So it looks like this one, 21 minutes. This will actually save us 6 minutes to get this butterfly to charge back up. And this is something we're going to use in the future as well. We're just going to use a queen bee to charge up our butterflies, so we save a few minutes in the long haul. All right, so we're about to witness a chain reaction. Our queen bee here is about to cool down one of our butterflies, who will then take all of our mutations and convert this new candy blossom into rainbow, and then we'll be caught back up to where we were. All right, and also just to make sure that this all goes well, we're gonna trowel this back over here for all of our pets to easily reach. Okay, it looks like the bee just cooled down a butterfly, and now the butterfly is doing its thing, and boom, candy blossom is back to rainbow, as you can see. So we're caught back up with that. Now we just got to use our mutation sprays, of course. So the chocolate back on it, put pollinated back on it, shocked back on it, and then use a honey sprinkler here. And just like that, we are back to having 5 mutations. And now we're gonna go ahead and pick up our butterflies here. And we're gonna go ahead and use the polar bears again to get this thing chilled. And then we're gonna get ready for the event spam from Brighter. Oh, was that the one we needed? It said one of them applied, but it might have been that one. Hold on, let me see. Oh, perfect. They did good. We got chilled. All right, that is all we needed. And now we can get Brighter in here to start the event spam to get the other mutations. All right, there we go. These are our 2 biggest queen bees, and that will help with cooling down some of the pets we're going to use, which are the chicken zombies we're going to spawn in. And then we're going to spawn in 3 disco bees, and hopefully we'll get a mutation from these guys, one of these guys at least. All right, Brighter is here, so we're about to get ready for the event spam, and as he gets stuff queued up for us to start spawning in all these events, I'm gonna go ahead and get these star crawlers ready. These little candy blossoms keep growing in, and I don't like that because they're just gonna yoink all of my mutations. So far, we did just get bloodlet, which is good. That's a good sign because the other days, our RNG has been absolutely horrendous. Oh, hello, Mr. Jandel. Here comes the lasers. I'm gonna see if this sticking out far enough will actually get plasma faster. Yeah, so look at that. This is much better being in the middle because this laser is nearly touching this now. I was always over there. Okay, of course, when I'm not over there now, the laser gets really close. This is still a way better guarantee to get plasma. I believe. I have hope. I mean, look at this. He's literally lasering that thing head on. I have hope that it's gonna get plasma. Oh, we just got one. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. One of them is plasma now. Come on, Jandel. Come on. You can hit it. You could do this. I believe in you. Look, your aim has definitely increased, and it's only because I went from that corner to the middle of the map. Wait, hold on. Oh, are you kidding? This one's plasma, and this one's plasma, but not this one. There's the heavenly event. Can we at least get heavenly on this big guy? I mean, all these other ones are getting the good stuff. Can this big one have some fun, please? Oh, another one, and boop. he's gone. I believe Brighter queued up like 5 of each event, so we have quite a few chances to get things, but it seems like it's actually really hard to get some of the event mutations to hit your plants. Oh, okay. Heavenly is done. Now it's time for the volcano. This one I usually seem to get. I always seem to get Molten. Our Jandel event luck is never there. We didn't get Plasma on this big one. We did get on the other ones, and we did get a Zombified. We did not get any Heavenly on any of them. Oh. Get some big... Okay, that's like right here. That's gotta affect. This hitbox goes like all the way over here. I feel like Magma landing anywhere in this radius should affect this to get Molten. Oh, whoa, I just saw something. Oh, yeah, it just went to Molten. Perfect, we got it. All right, well, since we got Molten, I'm gonna actually see if I can climb the volcano while we watch it. I wanna see what's inside of the volcano. We always just be watching it from afar. You got any snacks up here? What's in here? Oh, I've seen things I don't want to see. Oh, we got the admin meteors coming in. Or meteoric. Hopefully they hit. Let's get a nice direct hit over here, please. Oh, there we go. That's one that land right here. Oh, this got meteoric. Meteors, please land right here. Just right here, please. Just land right here. You did so good on that one, but I need you to land one, like, right here. Oh, okay, that one was, like, on top of this. And that one was on top of this. Oh, there we go. We got it. Meteoric. Okay, perfect. Oh, all right. We just transitioned from meteors to void touched. All right, I'm gonna carefully collect this little gold one. This rainbow one's almost done. Next disco beat, please apply to this one and don't fail. That would be really cool. This one failed. Okay, well, no void touch affecting it, so I'm sad. But at least Celestial is pretty easy to get because we have these star callers here. And to even increase my chances, I'm gonna go ahead and put another one right here. I might be jinxing myself right now. I said it's pretty easy to get Celestial, and now none of these are hitting. None of my star callers have even used one of their ability points. Surprised none of these are hitting, but oh, I think that one just hit. That was like right here. Okay, that one just hit. That was literally just okay, perfect. Oh, and it just hit again. Okay, now we're getting stuff. There we go. We just got Celestial. Perfect. Well, I guess moving it maybe helped. I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and face it into the middle of the map now because when the tornado comes around for Twisted, this guy's got to be sticking out a little bit because that tornado does not really like to go into people's plots. Oh, our first tornado just spawned in, and it actually is pretty close now that this thing is poking out into the middle of the map. Oh, he's moving. He's getting close over there. Hold on. Trowel. Move him. There you go. That's in radius. He's getting closer. Oh, he's gonna come into the plot, I think. Are you gonna come for a visit? Oh, no, you're gonna go into heaven. Wait, this one got twisted up here. So that definitely worked. That definitely was in range. These two are twisted, but I just gotta get this thing twisted now. Oh, hold on. There we go. Right smack middle in the tornado. That's gotta do it. Okay, hold on. No. Come back. Come on. Stick with it, tornado. Don't back down. I'm just gonna keep going for it. Come on, keep going. I'm gonna just keep predicting your pattern. I'm gonna make sure you just twist up this tree as much as you can. So hopefully when I undo this trowel, it says twisted on the big one. Twisted? Hello? Let's go, it worked. It actually worked. We got twisted on it. Twisted is a really annoying one to get. All right. Let's see if these cooked owls get us cooked or burnt. They usually don't give us either. Oh, cooked owl applied burnt to candy blossom, but which one did it apply? Oh, it applied another burnt. Okay. Surprisingly enough, we actually got burnt these times, but it's on this one that's not grown in yet, and this one that's not grown in yet. Bro, my disco bee failed disco mutation again, and it actually aimed at the correct one. All right, we've pretty much gotten everything that we possibly can at the moment. We got all the events to play through, and we have 11 mutations. We are missing at this one Plasma, Heavenly, Frozen, which I guess we have Chilled, but we got to convert that to Frozen, Zombified, Void Touch, Moonlit, but we do have Bloodlit, Disco, and either Cooked or Burnt. We're gonna go ahead and have Brighter work his magic like usual, and he's going to add the rest of the mutations in the game onto this thing. So I know it looks like they're not all here yet, and most of them are, but not all of them. But Brighter, when he works his magic, they will all be there, I promise. He can also add Dawnbound onto this, which is a sunflower only mutation. All right, Brighter is here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this big guy. Is it this one? Yes, this one has rainbow on it, so it's this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I favorite that. We're gonna gift it to Brighter, so he has one to work with. All right, he is adding the rest of the mutations onto the Candy Blossom now. Oh, there it is. The special fruit. Thank you, Brighter. All right, so here's the big guy. We have the maxed out Candy Blossom. Oh, wait, he forgot something? Dawnbound. Okay, he's gonna add it. Hold it out. Wait, what did he just do? Where did it go? Okay, hold on, a trash one. Okay, this one's trash. All right, there we go. So this thing is now looking pretty. So if I search up Dawnbound, you can see it actually has taken Dawnbound. With every mutation added on here from Brighter, this thing should hopefully break some records on how much it is worth. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Steven to get the value of this, and this thing is worth a whopping 908 billion, almost 1 trillion. This thing did not break 1 trillion. I think a lot of people thought it would, but it is right there touching 1 trillion. It is worth 900 billion, which is very, very expensive and higher than any of the other fruits that we've done. Shout out to Brighter. Very nice dance moves on his part. We're going to spawn in our Triceratops, and then we're going to get our sprinklers ready. So we have a Grandmaster sprinkler we're going to use. We're going to put that right there. And then we're going to stack on top of that a Master, a Godly, Advanced, and Basic. And then we're going to put the Taco Fern right inside of there. All of our cats are sleeping over here, though. Hold on. All right, I'm going to put the Taco Fern right in here, just so we can get multiple moon cats to grow on it, which I think right here is about 3 of them. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and move that back in here by the sprinklers, and that should give us hopefully a pretty big Taco Fern. I almost just died by lightning. It almost just striked me. All right, so this thing's only at 1%. I guess we can buy some watering cans to get this process sped up a little bit. Oh, wow, that actually made it jump up. I don't know why the watering cans, like, unstuck the progress, so now it's at 39%. Let's spam our watering cans on it some more. Let's see what that gets it to. All right, we're up to 54, 55%. Pretty good. Let's see what the Triceratops does. I don't know how big this thing's going to be. Oh, okay, well, he just smacked it, and now it's at 99%. However, how did the tacos grow on this thing? All right, it's been smacked. I think that made good progress. I don't know. This still looks kind of small. All right, so our Triceratops just again hit our Taco Fern, but this looks pretty small. I'm not gonna lie. So what I think I'm gonna do real quick is let me get my main account over here. I'm gonna hit grow all, get these picked up, and then I'm gonna try to get bigger ones because I don't think these are going to be big enough. So let me grow all real quick. Let me pick that up. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna do another Grandmaster right here. We're gonna do another regular Master, Godly, Advanced, and Basic. I guess I'll trowel it real quick into these guys. Let their Mooncat abilities make it hopefully get big. All right, then we're gonna move it back, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see what kind of size we get for the next one, and hopefully this next time around it's much bigger than that. This is not nearly as big as we can get this thing, I know it. So, yeah, like, see, like, that's probably a little bit better, I think. All right, so this Taco Fern looks much better than this one. This one's like only like a 2-piece Taco Fern. This one has like multiple pieces, so I don't know if that really matters, but this one's still pretty big. So I think we're good here on the size. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these Mooncats so they stop meowing in my ears, and then we're gonna go over to our sprays, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this Windstruck because we have Pterodactyls, so this will just be a free mutation to convert this thing to Rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this Windstruck on there. We're gonna apply this Chocolate on there, Shocked, and Pollinated, and then we have Honey Sprinkler, so I'll just use one of these Honey Glaze sprays, and then that should bring us to 5 mutations. It's technically gold does not count towards getting Rainbow, so we have our other 5 mutations that will count now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our Queen Bee here to start her cooldown for our Butterfly, and that way the Queen Bee has about 7 minutes less of a cooldown. She'll cool down, make our Butterfly's cooldown go to 0, and then our Butterfly will convert this Taco Fern to Rainbow. And then in the meantime, over here on my main account, I'm also going to spawn a Queen Bee over there, and then also my Kitsune pet. So that way the Kitsune will steal this eventually and then apply Foxfire Chakra or normal Chakra or even both. All right, well, anyways, I'll be right back. We're gonna wait till this thing gets rainbow. All right, our Queen Bee's cooldown is done. She is now giving her cooldown powers to the butterfly, and the butterfly is going to take our mutations from this taco fern and convert it to rainbow. Because rainbow is such a better multiplier than gold, so this will give us some more money in the end. All right, so we're good here. These pets are good. We don't need them right now. And now that this thing is rainbow, we can go ahead and reapply all those sprays. So we're going to go ahead and put our pollinated back onto there. We'll put our shocked back onto there. We also have a burnt spray. Honey glazed. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. We have fried, and then we also have chocolate. So there we go. We have 9 mutations applied. We still have more. Hold on. So then over here, my main account, I'm going to apply the Cloud Touch spray, and then I'm also going to apply Verdant, and I'll also apply Wet. So now we already have all these mutations from just sprays, but the reason why we did Verdant is so we can get that converted to Paradisal as soon as there's a heat wave. So that'll save us some time. And then we also got Wet, so then we can use our Kappas to convert Wet into Bloodlet. So that'll save us some time there as well. Then next up, we have to just wait for our Kitsune to cool down, and then that will apply Chakra. So this brings us up to 10 mutations. Once the Kitsune comes over, we'll have 11. And now we can start working on some of our other mutations from our pets. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 Disco Bees so we can work on getting the Disco mutation applied. I'm going to spawn in the Corrupted Kitsune so we can get Corrupt Chakra or Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. We'll also go ahead and place down 2 Kappas so we can get this thing to turn Bloodlet. All right, and then I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in 2 Chicken Zombies to attempt to get zombified. And then so we can get one of our pets done and out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Raiju here. Or actually, before I spawn him in, I'm going to buy a carrot seed. I'm also going to favorite this just so I don't accidentally touch that. We're going to plant the carrot seed. We're going to spray the shocked spray onto it. And then we're going to spawn in my Raiju. And my Raiju will eat the shocked carrot and then apply static to our taco fern. This will be our pet lineup for now. All right, some of our pet cooldowns are done here, so our Raiju is going to eat that shocked carrot back there now. Look at him charge it. All right, and now he's going to apply static. We got our Disco Bee doing something, and we got Disco done. That is 3 pets we can move out of the way, so our Disco Bees are done here, and our Raiju is also done. And now we do have Disco and static applied to our taco fern, which is awesome. So I think I'm going to next get out my Spaghetti Sloth, because this guy is pretty much guaranteed 3 mutations to get Spaghetti. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn him in so we can get that done and out of the way. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in our Corrupted and Tranquil Scarlets because we do need to get Corrupt and Tranquil on our taco fern. So I'm gonna spawn these guys in because they have those mutations on them. And they do have like 25-minute cooldowns. So I'm really hoping that we can get these ones done and out of the way. All right, our chicken zombie just applied Zombified to our taco fern, so that is another pet done and out of the way. All right, so I guess the next pet we would spawn in is the Tanuki to try to get Moonlit, but I am wanting to try and get this thing Bloodlit first. The only thing is the Tanuki can't give us Moonlit, which is fine. However, the Kappas, they're trying to give us Bloodlit at the moment, which we need the Wet mutation for, and the Tanukis can possibly make this frozen, and if it's frozen, then we can no longer get Bloodlit. So we're gonna try and wait for the Kappas to do their thing, and I guess in the meantime, we will just go ahead and spawn in our pterodactyls here so we can try to get Tempestuous done and out of the way. All right, I'm going to experiment and see if I give our Corrupt Kitsune a medium and small pet toy, if it will increase our chances of getting Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. So let's go ahead and see. He's kind of moving. It's actually going to make the cooldown instant once I do the medium, but try to be quick. All right, see? Okay, I actually just did nothing, and it made his cooldown go, but the boost didn't help us even get the regular Corrupt Chakra. There we go. We got Chakra applied to our taco fern. That looks kind of scary. All right, Spaghetti Sloth, what are you going to give us first? It doesn't really matter because he's going to give us everything over time anyways. He's got to crawl his way all the way to the taco fern. Come on, you can make it. All right, Meatball is number 1. So now we just need to wait for him to give us sauce and pasta. I guess to increase our chances, by the way, I do have 13 gourmet eggs, so I am going to place these down so we can maybe get more Spaghetti Sloths. Oh, Pterodactyl applied Windstruck, and first times the charm, we got Tempestuous added to our taco fern, which is perfect. The rest of our pets here, we gotta wait for these Kappas to give us Bloodlit. Our Spaghetti Sloth is still being slow, of course, and then these guys need to give us Corrupt and Tranquil. All right, we have a sandstorm going on right now. I'm gonna try and move our taco fern over here to the corner and see if maybe for the first time in our lives we can get sandy on one of these things, dude. It's been a struggle to ever get sandy. I don't know if the Grandmaster Sprinkler would help at all for trying to get the sandy mutation. I think that's, again, just for, like, rainbow and gold. And it looked like it got sandy for a second, but it didn't. I thought I saw an effect down here that looked like it would be sandy, but no. Our luck is terrible. I'm gonna move this back over here and be sad now that we didn't get sandy. All right, so our sloth just applied pasta to our taco fern now. So now this thing has meatball and pasta. So now we just got to get him to apply sauce, and then we will have this thing turned to spaghetti. These Kappas are still struggling, our Corrupted Kitsune is still struggling, and we're also still waiting for Tranquil and Corrupted to hopefully get applied from these two Scarlets we have with those mutations on them. We're struggling a little bit on these mutations. I really hope that we can get some cool events to happen, like another sandstorm, so we can actually get sandy. Okay, well, with all of our efforts trying to get our taco fern to turn bloodlet from our Kappas did not give us bloodlet. And then, of course, we get a frost weather event. So now we can't get bloodlet because we can't put wetback on it since this is already frozen. But I wish there was a better way to get bloodlet besides waiting for the event and this Kappa. I guess we will spawn in then our Tanukis to try and get us moonlit since our Kappas failed us. All right, our spaghetti sloth just applied sauce to our taco fern, which means this thing is officially spaghettied. So now we have a spaghetti taco fern. So our spaghetti sloth has done his service. He is done here with his work today. We can go and pick him up. And now we just gotta wait for these Tanukis to give us moonlit, and for this guy to give us corrupt, and for this guy to give us corrupt chakra. And hopefully while we wait for all this, we'll get some more events. There could possibly be a nighttime event in 3 minutes if it happens every 4 hours like it normally has. All right, I guess I got big brain power, and the only reason I know that night events happen every 4 hours is because there's a growagarden bot that tells you like when events and seeds and stuff are in the shop. So if you want to have access to that bot, you can join my Discord server, discord.com/invite/bandites, or just click the link in the description. That's much easier. And there's a growagarden channel, and you can get access to all the events and cool things. Anyways, that's how I know that usually night events happen every 4 hours, which now we have moonlit done, and we can get rid of these Tanukis because they are good. They have done their job. Not really, they didn't do anything for us, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna let our raptors level up a little bit here. I think I do have some treats for them. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna try to get these guys to level up a little bit faster, so that way we can have higher amber chances for them. All right, so I just got back after about an hour of AFKing. Let's see what has happened since we were gone. Let's go ahead and check our big taco fern here. So it looks like we did finally get corrupt added onto this thing after about an hour, so that's good. Did we get anything else to happen? It looks like we didn't get any sandy, any events. We just have moonlit. We didn't get celestial. We didn't get a heat wave. So wow, our luck was bad for events. And it also looks like we still have not gotten harmonized chakra. We still just have regular chakra. So our corrupted kitsune here is not doing very good for us, it looks like, but we can go ahead and pick up our other corrupt scarlet there. We can keep our mimic octopus and our corrupt kitsune. Okay, so our mimic octopus finally like mimicked our corrupt kitsune, even though our corrupt kitsune hasn't done anything for us. The mimic octopus actually clutched for us and got us that harmonized chakra done. So with that, we are done with all of our pet mutations. We are up to 19 mutations on our taco fern. However, if we do separate some of these, like tempestuous, we'd be up to 20. Spaghetti would be up to 22. And harmonized chakra would bring us up to 24. So we do have like 24 mutations on this. The only things we're missing is celestial, aurora, sandy, and a heat wave to actually get that verdant to become paradisal. And then I guess the other last thing that we're missing is amber. And those are pretty much all the legit mutations that we could get on this. And that wouldn't include any of the admin ones, of course, but those are the few of the legit ones that we're actually missing. But besides that, this thing is pretty much good. I think I'm going to try it to see what the value is of it, and we're going to use our raptors here to hopefully get amber. So hopefully this time we'll get amber applied so we can have an extra mutation done and added onto our taco fern. So without further ado, raptors, please help. All right, let's try this out. All right, we picked it up. Did we get amber on it? I can't tell. So yeah, I guess we didn't get amber. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just check the value of our taco fern here, and hopefully it's worth a lot. I mean, this thing I feel like could have been a little bit bigger, and maybe we could have got some of the other legit mutations, and you know, not including the admin ones, to make this more. I feel like we might have gotten a pretty good one here, and it should be worth a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and check with our boy Steven here and see what this taco fern is worth. So Steven, what are we looking at today for the taco fern? Okay, so this thing is worth 46 billion. And again, it's not even that big of one. I definitely think we could have gotten a bigger one. It doesn't even look like a taco or anything at this point. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below if this thing is worth getting all the mutations for. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe for bonus points.